What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the Liberal Loudmouth. And we are back again for some more Acciones. We're doing it the way we should do it. I'm going to get my shit here. And then I got to tell my people that we're live. Oh, I better pin that. I want to watch that later. Got my NFL going on. It's the Mega Whisperer. What's up? Don't switch. That's fucking funny. Woo! We are live. Let me tell my people. All right. Well, they're not my people, but they are people. All right. Come on in. And we're set. All right, Donald Trump wants the United States to be attacked by another country. He's been trying. Please, just attack us, won't you, please? We put all our generals in one spot for you to make it a good target, and you didn't do anything. And we went over to Iran, and we started attacking them unprovoked, and, well, that didn't work. That was the second time I'd tried that. Damn it, can't I just get somebody to attack us? So I can pretend like I'm a wartime president? That's Donald Trump. This fucking piece of shit. Now this dude is wanting to attack Venezuela on their soil. I mean, I'm the peace president. Peace sure looks a little fucking weird as shit under Donald Trump. It looks a lot like war. But, you know, This is the moment in history where the United States collectively has entered the Twilight Zone. Peace is war, and war is peace. That's Donald Trump's view, apparently. He ran on peace and has done nothing but war. He's warring with Democrats. He's warring with people of color. He's warring with foreign nations. And he claims he wants to be the peace president. Bullshit. I'd love to have a MAGA come up here and convince me that that's not true. I'd love to see it. But I think even MAGA is starting to realize they just can't argue in favor of that guy anymore. It's really hard. So I wonder if, you know, some of these people that come up here on these lives are just fucking paid shield bots. You know, accusing us. George Soros paid you guys to go on a bus to protest. As they're probably being paid to go and make posts. Oh, somebody's sending me a video. Let me see what we got here. What is this? Let's see. You can hear it.
We got the Department of Homeland fucking Security out here sharing hype videos of ICE agents flying in on American cities, banging in doors.
This guy's pissed. Somebody shared that with me. That guy's pissed. That's how you know Trump pays. That's right, Amy. What's up, Meemaw? Chuckles. What's up, Chuckles? Yeah, even warring with other whites. Yeah, if you are in favor of, you know, rights for all, then of course he's going to war with you because you don't want anybody to be on the side of good in this country. I'm going to put this up here so everybody can see. I'm not just talking out of my ass here. We got Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela looking into land strikes. I mean, think of how stupid this fucking guy is. It's like, yeah, we got our secret intelligence agencies over there doing some stuff. I can't tell you what they're doing, but they're over there doing some stuff. And we're looking into land strikes because I'm the peace president. And the way you get peace is by bombing countries that didn't attack you. That's the best way to go about it. Apparently. It's the weirdest shit ever, to be quite honest with you. But I guess I'm not surprised, you know, because when Donald Trump was running and he was spewing his peace crap, I would remind everybody, this guy unalived generals from a country that had never attacked us, has never attacked us, and in fact that we've attacked many, many times over the course of history. And they just try to live their lives. So I say let Iran get nukes. Fucking Venezuela, let them get nukes. Because they're going to have to protect themselves against this fascist nation, apparently. Yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Because it's not going to end. But yeah, I saw this story about him going to a land strike because just last night he bombed another boat, and we have yet to see a single solitary shred of evidence to suggest that these people were carrying anything like rugs. And even if that's true, they can't prove it now. Those people are unalived. What are they going to do? Go scoop up the seawater after they blow the boat? See, look, we tested the water. It had Coca-Cola in it. I mean, is that what they do? I think I saw he's a country singer or something. Yeah, I know. So is Brian Andrews. So is that Brian Andrews, I guess, that was freaking out? That's the country singer that's freaking out? I thought he was talking about it. I didn't realize he was a... Let's see what he says.
Like it's a fucking trailer to the newest Call of Duty game. The worst part is, I gotta watch some of y'all cheering on like you're watching fucking football games.
Yeah, and they are too.
Sit here and listen to y'all call yourselves Christians? Bullshit. You call yourself a Christian and then advocate and fucking laugh.
Fucking tell him, bro. Can y'all hear this?
People trying to come here the right ways. You don't get to call yourself a Christian and then think it's okay that the highest court in the fucking land just gave a green light to ICE agents to be.
That's right. I mean, he's feeling the way most of us up here feel. Sometimes you got to crash out. That was posted by Courier. I can repost it here so you guys can go to my profile and click on it under my reposts. It says the country music singer is speaking out on Trump's ICE. Yeah, I imagine this guy is probably conservative. I mean, most country singers are, aside from the Dixie Chicks. I don't know of any like hard liberal country singers, but I could be wrong. Your whole 17 people. Well, come on up here, Mertzy. And we can make it 18 if you think that this would be more interesting. Come on up here. I only know about Zach Bryan, and I stand by him. Yeah, I don't know. Is Zach Bryan a liberal? Generally, I don't know his politics, but I know that song is fucking hilarious. Which, by the way, I played that song, a clip of the song, and he hadn't even released it at that point. It was like he released a clip of it, and YouTube got me, dinged me for copyright violation. I'm like, what the fuck that? Can't even play political shit.
Dog,
what's up?
Shut the fuck up.
What's up, some dude?
What's up is, where's your fucking proof that Trump wants the United States attacked?
Well,
where is he trying to have the United States' military attack the United States?
Well, we can look at a few things. If you give me a moment, I'll go back over it. So, in his first term, he unalived a general from a country that hadn't attacked us. In his second term, one of the first things he did was attack a country that didn't do anything to us.
That's foreign.
And then he, right, okay, so you're saying that if we attack, no, that's not what he's talking about. Yes, he wants somebody to attack the United States. That is correct. Because here's the fact. If you attack another nation unprovoked, they have a right, and I would argue an obligation, to fucking strike back. So he wants the United States to be attacked by a foreign nation or the people. He's declared war on everything. He's declared war on liberals.
Wow.
Yes, he's declared war on liberals. Well, I wouldn't call it that. But he wants to be a wartime president.
War has happened.
So do you think that he's a peace president?
He just had peace in Gaza. Where was Biden with his peace?
So how do you define peace then?
How about Azerbaijan? How about Pakistan and India? I guess we're
what about them?
Fucking pig-headed idiots.
Okay, I thought this was America first because you're talking about foreign countries.
And he's stopping wars.
Yet he's attacking militarily.
He's attacking. Yeah,
other
I never
countries.
heard someone who stops wars really being a.
No, wait. You don't get to say I stop wars when you take your military to somebody else's country on multiple occasions and attack
Because we
them.
have the world's
And
largest.
then admitting
The world's
openly,
largest
here, I'll
GDP.
pull it up here. And then
We're the
admitting
world's greatest country.
openly that you've got CIA operations in Venezuela and he's looking into airstrikes. And then yesterday was what, the fifth boat that he has attacked
and
without a
Venezuela
shred of
sitting
evidence.
their
And
pants,
you
bro.
want to act like he's a peace president because of
Yeah,
other
I do.
countries?
I don't act. I know, brother.
Okay.
Because it's like, hey, Venezuela, basically, this is the one thing I don't agree with Trump on. There's a lot I don't. And there's a lot I agree with Kamala Harris on. Same with Joe Biden. I voted for fucking Joe Biden, even though he didn't follow through on a lot of his plans.
Okay.
Because I am an asshole. I talk to people like assholes. If I come across as an asshole, it's because I am one. And I'm proud to admit one when I am one, right? When it comes to like what Trump did and what Venezuela did, like Trump rejected Venezuela's basically please do not like throw over our president. We will give you oil. We will have it exported into the United States. And I disagree with him on that. So I'll give you that. You can have my card on that. But what he's done with Azerbaijan, what he's done with Pakistan and India, what he's done with Gaza and Israel, that's pretty good. I'm a pretty fucking fat. Because
what did he do?
Die. Let people die. That's
what
why.
What did he do directly to end any of those things?
He brokered peace deals.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, or were those brokered with other people?
He did. Come on.
No. This is what he says.
I've given you
This
some
is
cards.
what
Give me
he
a card.
says. No, I'll give you a card if you give me one that's truthful. The fact of the matter, you can't give all of the credit to Donald
Brother,
Trump
he literally had a
for
peace
those
summit.
things. You can't because
He literally-
mediating.
Brother.
No, you can't.
Okay.
He's a good.
Why you gotta be so
No.
disrespectful?
What do you mean disrespectful? How am I being disrespectful?
You're not giving me
Because
that.
I'm not
You're
agreeing
giving
with
me
something that you said. That's disrespectful? Man, your life must suck, bro.
that. Oh, come on. Now it's with the insults.
That's not an insult. Your
I've
life
been
must
super
suck.
polite.
If any time that somebody disagrees with you, you find that to
No,
be
it's not that you
disrespectful.
disagree. It's not that you
Yikes.
disagree. It's that you're not telling the truth.
Well,
and you're
okay, my
insulting
opinion.
me
I
now.
offer you my thoughts on the matter, and you're saying that I'm not telling the truth. It's my opinion.
What are your thoughts on Israel and
I
Gaza?
just told you.
What are they?
What are they what?
Oh my God! And you can't even answer.
In relation to what? To the
What
ceasefire?
are
To
your
what
thoughts?
Israel
Yes.
did? To the history of Israel? There's a lot of
Any of
things.
it.
You're saying,
Yes.
what do you think about Israel and Gaza? Here's what I know.
Yes, because
A bunch of
you're the
Zionists
host,
went
bro.
to Israel.
People are
A
listening
bunch
to
of
you, not
Zionists
me.
went. A bunch of
People are
Zionists.
listening to
Oh,
you,
okay,
not
well,
me,
if
bro.
you want me to answer, and then you
Yeah.
just keep talking.
Sorry, bro.
Okay, so what I know is that a bunch of Zionists went over there, displaced people from their own land. Those people have been fighting back ever since. And at one point, something happened, October 7th. It's not like that was the first time that this has ever happened. But then they went and destroyed nearly every fucking building in the fucking country. And
Facts.
after they've done this, then Trump comes in and he's like, well, we'll work this out, but there's nothing left. What the hell else was they gonna do? Just
hostages.
carpet bomb them? I mean,
Yeah, I agree on that. I think what
It's-
Israel did was horrible.
yeah.
It's terrible, bro. Like, I think everyone on the right and the left agrees.
Not
We
everybody.
disagree on that.
I mean, not everybody, but I think more
Right.
and more
At least
people are
half
waking
of
up. More and more people are waking up. Sure, because I mean,
Bro.
you see the before and
Yeah.
after pictures of
Yeah, dude,
Gaza.
it's leveled.
It's
Like,
it's
I'm
disgusting.
on the right. I want to write an apology form to liberal, whatever your liberal L, and all the other liberals. You guys were right about Gaza. I was originally for Israel, and you know what? You guys were right. So I apologize. There's my apology form.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to apologize. It is what it is because it was going to happen one way or the other. Fucking Biden did all of that shit too. He's the one that handed them all the shit to do what
And-
they did.
And that's the thing, bro. It's like, when are we gonna make our own party where it's like, We're not right versus left. We're just people, dude. Like, when's the people party coming? Where it's just like
Well,
we're all just like humans. We all just want empathy. We all just don't want war. You know
I
what I
mean, I
mean?
agree. Yes. That's why it was so irritating when I saw that dude's gonna do land strikes in Venezuela.
So stupid.
It's nuts to me. Like, and we got our. Did you see that when they caught our? And I don't know if they were intel agents, but they were saboteurs in Denmark and Greenland. They were going around trying to do propaganda shit with people and get them on board Trump's, want to
Dude,
take over.
They're
It's,
doing
it's nuts.
So I'm in Canada politics, right? Because I work with the government. I said too much, but they want Alberta as part of the United States now. They want to basically make Alberta a state.
Like people in the government want to do that.
Yes, because of the oil underneath Alberta. And because of a lot of people in Alberta are right. So what the Trump administration is doing is like, hey, if we get Alberta as another state, if we're able to have them secede from Canada, that's going to make us a lot of money. Kind of like what we did in Iraq and Iran when it came to oil. That's something that, if that happens, call me, because I was right about that. You were right about a lot of things, liberal, but I was right about that. You know that.
So what if you could put a percentage on the number of people in the Canadian government in Alberta that want to join?
It's
What do you think?
They had a vote on it.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah.
That now, are you from Canada? Are you from Canada? Like you're
I'm
Canadian?
from Minnesota, and I
I
work
see.
with the
Travel.
Canadian
I see.
government. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like right on that border, right? So I talk to them a lot.
I can't imagine Canadians like looking down at us, from above, looking down at us and be like, you know what? I think I want that health care. I want to pay a bunch of money for all the prescriptions that I currently get for free.
Some of them, dude. Some of them are just like,
Man,
home
Trump does
because
not
of-
want the U.S. attacked.
Okay.
because like dude, the people in Alberta, right? Some of them make like a good six figures, like $200,000 a year working on those oil fields. And those oil fields in Alberta, they make a lot of money for the Canadian government. And they feel screwed over because a lot of their money is getting thrown towards liberal governments. What the hell you want to say about that? You can point it which way.
I don't know. I can't speak to Canadian
Exactly.
politics because I just don't know. I'd have to take your word for it on that. I don't
Well-
follow it. Maybe that's my Amerocentrism, but I am an American, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But it's like, they pay a lot of taxes. They're pretty mad. But in reality, it's not going to happen. Alberta's
Right.
not becoming a fucking 51st state.
I wonder what that would look like militarily. I mean, would that just be a complete and
It'd be
total
terrible.
domination? Just
Because it'd be like
maple
a-
syrup everywhere.
Yeah, no, it would be terrible for us, like militarily, because it'd be like a giant wedge. If Canada ever rebels against us, they'd be able to basically go from both sides into Alberta and take it overnight, So it's not a good strategic point from us. We have borders north and south. So, like, first
Well-
of all, it's kind of like Alaska. It's kind of just like an open wound. If
Well,
we were to ever get
if you-
invaded, it would probably be from one of those states.
If you think about it, like we're in a very unique position where on our north and south, we have like buffer countries.
Yeah.
Large buffer countries. So invading the U.S. is difficult because you're essentially going to have to come from either the east or the west, and good luck. So if our relations are bad with those countries, that's not good for us security wise. I feel like even just from that perspective, it's good to hash all that shit out. Now, you and I have been talking for a minute, but I think Joe wants to jump in here.
I'll head out. Thanks for talking to me, liberal. Have a good night.
Well, all I'm going to
You
say
too.
is
Well, thank you, dude.
niggers. Nigger.
Oh, God. Okay. That's ridiculous. And again, guys, these are the people that voted for Donald Trump. That is the epitome of a fucking Trump supporter. Like, what the fuck? This dude
Yep.
sat up there. I mean, got to give credit where it's due, I suppose. He sat up
He was
there
at least
for
polite.
how long? And waited until his time came and just started belting him. Like, yeah, Sonia, I agree. Sonia says, that was a good conversation. Then we get him. Yeah. And some dude took off because I was going to give Joe an opportunity to say something. So I lost two. Anyway, what's up, Chuckles?
Not much, just chilling. Phone's about to die, so I was just coming in and say hi.
Yeah. Well, I hope
Man.
it doesn't unalive while you're in the middle of a sentence. Leave me hanging.
Yeah, freaking that last guy was about to get me lit. I was about to come on here screaming, and then he ended up being okay.
Being pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So, some dude, you're welcome back up, man, anytime. Yeah. And if we have another MAGA or opposition, what have you, or a liberal that disagrees with something like pro-Israel or whatever, you're welcome to come up here.
Yeah, I'll hop off and let you do your prompt.
Oh, well, no, I mean, it's fine. I just, I don't usually do night live, so the numbers are going to be wonky unless I have somebody up here arguing with me. Because the FYP, like, if you aren't consistent, your FYP gets screwed up. And then because it doesn't know like what to do with your show, so that's why usually I need to be more consistent on
Tony?
Wednesdays. What's up, Tony?
You know, I'm supposed to be going to Aruba on the 7th of November, man. I was just looking on the map. Venezuela's right there.
Damn. Well, I hope you're not in a speedboat.
Yeah, right? Or a cruise ship.
I'm in the boating business.
Oh, no!
Wow. So, okay, so since you're in the boating business, what kind of boats are those that you've seen in those videos? Like, what are they generally used for utility-wise?
They're like skiffs. They're just, little skiffs. Nothing major. Fishing, but you're not carrying pounds of anything, especially with all the people that they're showing on some of these things or whatever. It's all BS, you know it.
Guys, do you
And
mind if I add something?
Do what?
I just want to add something to like what you guys are saying.
Well, I mean, sure. Can you wait until Tony finishes what he was saying, and then I can go to you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, go ahead and land your plane, Tony.
That's it, man. Let him go. I'll chime in.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah. Lelas. Lelas.
See, See.
Lelas.
bravo. That's very good.
Thank you.
You should get paid for that. Somebody gift this motherfucker, please. I'm. This is my office. I am inspired by your gifted abilities.
I practice a lot.
La la la. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is that like a me? What was that?
I don't know what the fuck. I actually, I'll be honest. I'm sitting here with my finger over the disconnect button, waiting for the N word to come out
Right?
to drop his ass. And he's stuck.
Oh.
Guys, this is like, what the fuck? This is Hump Day, and I guess they've been overexcited because somebody said it was Hump Day, and they're like, oh, I don't know.
Back to
This-
the boat thing. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I know we got a couple ships parked out there too, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's in, and supposedly, I don't know what the international waters is different everywhere, right? Some places it's a few miles, some places like a couple hundred miles. I mean, do we actually have the right? I've heard people argue this. We have the right to. I don't know, man. Does that sound even right to you? Do we have the right?
We have I wouldn't say the right, but we do have the ability to intercept because of pirates. Because piracy, and this is piracy has always been a global problem. So, the world came together and you can police those things. But we don't have a right to blow something up. No, absolutely not.
And
Not like
are they specifying, like when they run into these skiffs or whatever, how far offshore they are? I mean, that would tell you a lot too. You
Yeah,
know?
well, I believe one of them wasn't even from Venezuela. Let me see here. One of the boats. Yeah, I'd have to find it again, but I swear one of them was from another country. Somebody, I think, in the comments said Colombia, but I'm not too sure. But they're just,
Possible.
he's full of shit. He's just unaliving people and for all we know, this is AI. It could be AI.
Who knows? Or old footage or something. But I even saw, because a lot of people, when that Maria Corina Machado won the Nobel Peace Prize, and then like I did a little bit of just reading up on her, and I don't know if she dedicated it to Trump or she's something along the lines, to him.
Right.
And a lot of people were like, oh, because I was like, hey, at least somebody else won it instead of him. And they're like, oh no, she's like, she's for him or something like that. I think she's just playing the game. He's looking to overtake the government because it's a dictatorship in Venezuela. She wasn't able to do her gig there. She actually got disqualified or something when she was running for president or whatever there.
Yeah, she's a Zionist too, for the record. So it makes sense, yeah.
But do you think that maybe she's just playing the game to obtain what she wanted?
I mean, I think maybe to some degree they all are.
Right. Right.
But to insert herself to get some kind of clout or money or networking.
No, if
possible.
Trump was to overthrow somehow Venezuela, then she could get herself back in there, like he would be doing her dirty work, kind of a thing.
Right. No, I mean now because I don't know if you saw the news article, but he's talking about land strikes now.
No,
in Venezuela.
Actually, I read it because you sent it, or somebody put it up on the Discord.
On the Discord, yeah, that was me. Yeah, and my takeaway is that because he keeps doing things that I feel are to goad people into attacking us.
Right.
And while this is a little rage baited, also like, why in the fuck do you keep doing these things that will lend itself to an attack on U.S. soil? And they would be right. They would be right to do it.
And whether it's not militarily, one way, in some form, right? I don't know what kind of military Venezuela's got, but I can't. Nothing good could probably come from it. What he's doing?
Nothing good. Who just said? Oh, Jesse said he wants to claim war so we don't have elections or erections.
Oh,
that's possible. Now, to be clear, though, we've always had erections in this country, even during war.
Right. But I think he got that brilliant.
But if he can find some little excuse to not do it, then I'm sure he would.
I think we all saw the light bulb turn on when he was like learning that from Zelensky.
Hoodlum, man, I ain't mad at you, but you are like a fucking chaos person where the world crumbles around you, and I just don't want to be next to you when you go off next. That's it. Inhale, welcome in.
Greetings, Christos Ray. How's it going?
Pretty good. What would you like to contribute?
Well, I don't agree with Trump on all of his positions. I did vote for him. I'm not a person, if you're looking to just talk to people that are sycophants or something like that, that's not me. But I do support a lot of his positions when it comes to either executive orders or comments he's made about support for certain countries or groups. But I do disagree with the background, though. I would go with the smaller portion first, and then maybe we can get to wants the U.S. attacked. I don't necessarily believe that Trump loves war. We're in a time right now, I believe, where a lot of countries are going to war for no reason. I mean, there's wars we don't even talk about that nobody knows going on. We have a war going on in Sudan right now that 99.9% of Americans aren't even remotely aware is going on, with the Saudis, powering the small faction to fight these other people because they're converting to Islam and they want to have, control over that country. We have wars in Ukraine versus Russia. We have Israel, Palestine, all of these things. Yes, Trump did authorize the strike in Iran, but if this was true that he loves war and unaliving, why wouldn't he be at the forefront of all of these things going on? That's what I don't understand. Trump's been very clear with what's going on in Palestine, that he wouldn't send troops on the ground, and he's been very clear that there will be no troops on the ground when it comes to Israel, or with Ukraine and Russia. He hasn't gotten involved in any of the African wars going on. There's a
Okay, so is it your contention that in order for somebody to be accused of enjoying war or leading some war, that they have to engage themselves in every war that is occurring across the globe? Is that what you're saying?
No, my contention would be that I think ultimately, while I do disagree with him on a lot of stuff, a lot less than I do agree with him on, he is more of a business person that I actually believe that war is not really up his alley. I think those were the Republicans of George Bush and other criminals like that. I don't think he's a war person. I think he's control the economy person, I won, stuff like that.
If a country attacked us, do we have a right to attack them back, would you say?
Well, we don't only have a right, we have a duty to attack them back. We have a duty to do that.
So, and I appreciate you answering that honestly. The same is true for any country. So every time that Donald Trump, and he doesn't have to put boots on the ground to do it, anytime Donald Trump goes out and blows somebody up or something up in another country, they have a duty to attack us, right?
Wait, for them to attack us?
Correct. They have a duty.
Oh, I see.
Correct.
I see what you're saying. Well, I would say if they have an organized country, they would have a duty to do that. But I think what's going on, I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think I don't think a lot of these conflicts are original. I think that they're.
Well, let me go back to what you.
But I just want to say real quick, Ben. I think they're manifest.
Well, I just kind of want to stick on the point where you agree that there's a duty for them to attack. And this goes to my point, and I want to make sure that that everybody's aware. Yes, because if we attack somebody and we acknowledge that if they attack us, we have a right and duty to attack them. If we attack them, they have a right and duty to attack us. So every time we do that,
it'd have to be organized.
Iran is an organized country.
Well, Iran, the state itself, I would say that they do have legitimate claim, but some of these other ones I don't think do.
Okay, so he's putting the U.S. at risk every time he bombs a country.
How many countries has Trump bombed in all of his years in office? In the 8 years?
Well, at least 2.
No. I mean, how many? What's the number?
I said at least 2. That's what's
No, the total number. What is the total number of countries?
I said at least 2. I don't know. He may have bombed in Yemen. Well, actually, at least 3 because he bombed Yemen. He's bombed Iran, Venezuela. Mm-hmm. And I believe one of those boats was Colombian or from another country. So technically speaking, you could say that they have an obligation to attack if we unalive their people in a boat without any kind of.
Well, I would say they could try that. If Venezuela attacks the United States, there will be no more Venezuela anymore. I'm just saying that.
You're missing the point.
No, I'm not missing any point.
No, it is beside the point. No, it's beside the point because you are contending with this here. You said you don't think he wants the U.S. to be attacked and that he doesn't like war.
No. I said
you initially said that he doesn't like war because he's not engaged in every global conflict, which I find to be
that's not what I
weak
asked you.
argument.
Play the recording back.
And then Trump wants the U.S. attacked.
That's not what I said. Play the recording back.
Well, then what did you say? Because that's what I heard.
I said we could talk about the bottom prompt first, and then maybe get to the
That's what I just addressed.
And what did I say when you said he loves war and unaliving? What did I say?
Your argument was that he is not involved in all of these other conflicts.
I didn't make an argument. I asked you.
That's what you said, isn't it?
I asked you a question. I didn't make an argument.
Isn't that what you said? That he's not involved? Hold on. You said he's not involved in all of these other conflicts. And you said, so if he likes war, wouldn't it be? And that was the question.
That was the question.
Yes, but that is an argument that you're making. That's not just a question. Don't pretend like that wasn't the argument you were making when you said a bunch of statements and then formulated it in the form of a question.
I didn't make an argument. What's an argument?
Yes, you did.
What's an argument?
Don't gaslight. I'm sitting
What's-
right here. I'm not stupid.
What's
I'm
an
not
argument?
stupid. Don't play in my face,
Then
dude.
why don't you just answer the
Don't
question?
play in my face. You know what,
What
you
is an
did.
argument?
You know what?
I
I'm not going to
asked you a
go
question.
debate, bro, with you about
How
stupid
can
fucking
I
semantic
make an argument
definitions.
when I asked you a question?
You made an argument.
asked you a
What's
question.
wrong right now is you're pissed. You're
I
pissed
asked you a
because
question.
I just unalived your entire fucking
You can't
argument.
even debate.
And that's why now you're trying to go back
You're
and,
not even
and deal with
allowing me to do
and
an
pick
internal
at
critique.
semantics. No, you don't want to do an internal critique.
I'm asking you
literally
a question.
You literally said that you didn't say what you said.
I asked you a question, and,
And
it's
now
recorded.
you're about to
I'm
crash
recording
out.
this.
Everybody crash
Why
out.
why don't you be honest with yourself?
Crash
I
out.
asked you a
Go
How
ahead.
can I make an argument when I ask you a question? How is that making an argument?
Dude, stop.
How is asking a question making an argument?
again.
Okay, let me re-ask it. I mean, we could at least be good faith here. I think there's a lot of problems wrong in the U.S. and host. Like, why are you not allowing me to just ask you a question? That's not
No,
making an
okay,
argument.
listen. Okay, stop, Tony. Hold on. Hale, be quiet for a minute. You're gonna sit up here and act like you didn't formulate a fucking point that you wanted to offer with a question, which is a rhetorical tool that you wanted to offer to me, which was your opinion. Your opinion was, well, you can't really say that he loves war and killing me. You know, is he involved in all of these other wars? Which I then asked you if you have to be in order to do that. So then you fucking pivoted yet again. And for the record, every time you
I
do
have
that,
not
I need to
pivoted.
start playing my sound
asked you a
effect.
very specific
Yes, and then you
question.
say, yes, and you made a point. You acting as if you can't make a point
me
and
asking you-
ask the question at the same time is ridiculous.
Are you going to let me re-ask it? Just for clarification,
I
let's
don't
be charitable with each
No,
other.
I don't want you to be up here in bad
So
faith.
we're
If
not
you're
gonna be
acting in
charitable
bad
with each other.
faith, I don't give a shit. That's
I'm
why
trying to
I'm
be-
coming at
I'm-
you so hard until you
Host-
admit that you made a point. Your point was that you don't believe that he loves
Well-
war. Was that
Well,
not your point?
I could bring up the fact. I could level with
Was that
you
your
if
point?
If you're willing to be charitable and let me respond. Will you let me respond?
I want you to stop acting in
Okay,
bad faith.
I would say the point I was making was, you know, if there's all of these wars going on and Trump is saying no boots on the ground, how do you say that he loves war and killing or unaliving? I don't know if we can say that, but maybe you can
Unaliving.
write it. But okay, unaliving. He loves war and unaliving. Why wouldn't he get involved directly with these? I understand that he did it with Iran, and I disagree with him on that. I think that was a one thing
What about
that he
what
was.
is-
Well, here can we stay on just for a second?
Up, dude. I'm not gonna.
Go ahead, man. I'm never gonna get to host
no,
on
you-
this specific.
But make your point.
Whatever, man.
Make your Hale, make your point. Make your
Yeah,
point.
the point is, if you play back the recording, I asked you a question. I didn't make an argument. I gave my opinion a little bit. Like, I don't think he's doing this.
Yes,
but
you did.
I asked you a question. That's not an argument.
You made an argument. Yes, you did.
Okay. Let's say I did. Let me rephrase.
No, you
it.
did. I know for a fucking fact that you did, and the fact
Okay,
that you're
well-
sitting up here acting as if you didn't is in bad faith.
What was the argument I made?
Bro, you came up here to address this prompt.
The
My
argument I
prompt.
made.
My
or
prompt.
you're
You
a
then
liar.
offered an opposing thought to it, did you not? You disagreed with the prompt? Did you not disagree with the prompt?
The thought isn't a commitment.
Did you
to the position.
disagree with the prompt, Hale?
I think the way it's worded, I did. Yeah.
And you don't believe that Trump loves war, correct?
I don't believe he loves war. I don't
Okay.
believe that. I don't think.
And
there's
one
evidence
of
that.
the
Where's
pieces
the
of
evidence
evidence,
of that? Do you
one of
think
the
I'm
pieces
wrong?
of
Do you think
evidence,
I'm wrong when I
one
say
of the
that?
pieces of evidence that you brought forward was that if somebody loved war, he'd be all over the world involved in
No,
all
your
of these
evidence-
conflicts.
Your evidence of
That's
that.
what you said, man.
Your evidence of that. I'm saying.
Yes,
let's
you
say I
said
said that.
You
Let's say
said
I
it.
say he
You did
doesn't
say
love
it.
war. He doesn't love unaliving. Where's your evidence that he does to make that claim? You're saying
I already offered it.
Where?
Iran. The
I already offered it.
How many people were unalived in Iran?
Guys,
How many people
I
were unalived in
hold
Iran
on,
he loves killing?
Hale,
If
hold
he loves
on, hold on.
unaliving, how many
Hale,
people
hold
were
on.
unalived in Iran?
Hale, how many people?
How many people were unalived in Iran if he loves killing? How
Okay,
many
you want to
people?
ask a question 7 times before I get to answer?
answer the question,
Do you want me
give
to
me the metrics.
answer it 7 times and
Give me
then
the
get
metrics and
louder
data out of
and then
Iran.
get louder
Give me the
each
metrics and
time?
data out of Iran.
Do you want me to answer it louder each
Give me the
time?
metrics and data in Iran.
7 times? I'm not.
Give me the metrics and data of Iran. How many people were
He's
unalived?
crashing out.
How many people were unalived? Answer the question.
What? Listen to him. If you getting louder doesn't help your point.
I
brother.
asked you a question. How many people are unalived in the Trump strike in Iran? How many people are unalived? Go ahead with the
You're
data.
so mad.
Asking you a direct question.
No, listen. I like, dude. Keep talking. By all
How
means.
How many people were unalived with the Trump strike in Iran? If he loves killing.
Does it matter?
Yes, I want to know the data.
Did anybody die? Hale?
I'm not sure what data
Has
you're
Donald
looking at.
Trump ordered the unaliving of any
Asking
person?
about Iran.
Has Donald Trump
Iran
ordered the
directly. You guys brought up
unaliving
Iran.
of
I'm
any
asking
country?
about Iran directly.
I don't need to know
I'm
all
asking
of the
about Iran
numbers.
directly.
I don't
How
give
many
a shit.
people unalived?
I don't
Were-
care.
were any people
Your
unalived
question
in
is
Iran?
irrelevant.
Were any people unalived in Iran?
I don't know. You tell me. Were
How
they?
does he love war and killing if that's the only war he's been in? What other wars has he been in where people were unalived?
What do you mean?
Venezuela?
At
Were
least-
people unalived in Venezuela? How many people were unalived in Venezuela?
Whoa. I want to
How
point
many
out.
people were unalived in Venezuela?
Okay. So hold on, Tony. Okay, so now you're getting Hale. Now
How many
you're
Venezuelans?
Hale. Now you're becoming annoying and rude. So just calm down. Tony hasn't spoke yet. Let's let Tony say what he's going to say. I'm gonna just shut up. Just calm down. Take a minute. Let Tony say something. Go ahead, Tony.
Just a quick Google search was at least 430 people in Iran.
Yeah, and I wasn't even going to answer the question, Tony, because it's irrelevant.
He asked it so many times.
It is irrelevant. I don't give a shit how many people he unalived because that isn't even the point.
No, I know.
The dude keeps attacking
that's false.
people
I've got counter
to
data right
provoke, and you already acknowledged, sir.
I've got counter
that
data
you
right here.
listen.
That
You
claim's
already
false.
and see this is one of the reasons that I wasn't going to answer that question because not only is it irrelevant, but Hale was going to pivot the conversation away from that. That's why I didn't answer the question. I knew exactly what he was going to do. See, these people are very predictable. This is what they do. The argument here, Hale, and we're going to go back to it, is what I wrote right fucking here. That this motherfucker wants us to be attacked. If he didn't, he wouldn't keep doing what he's doing. He is attacking sovereign nations who have not attacked us. He keeps doing it. He's done it multiple times in Iran. Just shut the fuck up. I'm going to mute you until I'm finished because you just keep screaming and you're crashing out. And I'm saving you from yourself right now. The dude keeps attacking people who have a duty. By your own admission, they have a duty to respond in kind and to attack us. You admitted that. And you can't go back on that because it was very clear. You made it very clear. And see, listen, I'm going to go ahead and release the mute button, guys. I'm going to release the mute button. Go ahead, Hale.
Yeah, so basically what I was trying to contend with was Tony's analysis of the
It wasn't
unalived.
an analysis. I said
Okay, so where are you getting your data? Because I'm on whitehouse.gov.
Listen,
Where are you getting your data?
whoa. No, we're not going to go into that data. We're not going to try and impeach. Nope, we're not going to try and impeach that data because, and again, listen, it doesn't matter. It is irrelevant to my point. It is irrelevant to the prompt. And see, Tony, this is why I didn't answer the question.
He made a claim.
No, he did.
He said 430. I'm looking at
I
the
don't
White House
give a shit if that's right or wrong.
Where
Let's
do you
say
get
it's
your
wrong.
data from?
Hell, you know what? Let's say that is completely wrong and one person died. Let's say that that's true. I don't give a fuck about the numbers because they're irrelevant to what we're talking about. Get back
White
on
House-
point. Get back on point. Get
I've
back
got
on
zero
point.
right here.
Get
I've got
back
zero
on point.
casualties right here. I've got zero
And
casualties
he has a
right here.
different number, so let's say it's one.
430.
Let's just
Make
meet in the
him
middle and
justify
let's say it's one.
He's
Let's
making
say
a
it's one.
positive let's make him justify his claim.
Okay. So Donald Trump took our planes and blew
Iran
up
strike.
nuclear weapons facilities, and your contention is that
And a
no
terrorist country.
people were unalived, and it would have to be your contention if you're going to say that proves he doesn't like killing people. It'd have to be your contention that before he did this, he made sure that every single person in there was out of there.
Well, they did
that
actually.
would
They
be
sent
have
warning
to
signs
have
out.
out.
They did
Well, okay.
actually.
So you
They
believe
said- they
that
literally-
he's trying to
they literally
save
sent
lives?
pamphlets out to
Let
get out of the area.
Here,
They
I know you're
literally sent
getting
pamphlets
I
out.
know you're getting
They
emotional.
literally, you don't follow
I'm
the
going to
news,
show you.
bro.
I'm
You
going to
don't know
show you
what's going
something.
on.
I'm going to show you something
You're 5
to
years past the
impeach
goal. You're
what
5
you've
years
said.
old.
Listen, I'm gonna show you
You're a
something
kid.
to
You're a kid.
impeach
You have no idea what you're
what
talking
you
about. Anybody
said.
can go find this.
Calm down, Hale. I know it's
Stop
really.
lying.
I know
Stop
it's
lying.
upsetting when you get your ass
Stop
handed to
lying.
you. I know that's upsetting.
You lied. You lost
but
in
you
the election.
need
You got your ass
to
handed to you in November. You're
crash
lying.
out. Crash
I
out.
don't need to
Hale
crash
is
out. I'm telling
crashing
you
out.
facts. Telling you
Okay,
facts, nigga.
here's what I'm gonna do right here. Watch this, and you're crashing out real hard.
Yeah, pull it up. And
Okay.
Tony's a liar.
Let me show you something. Hey, Hale, watch this real fucking close. There are did he?
Yes.
Oh, you're lying now. Now
Okay.
you're just doing that to get me off of here. You're lying.
Let's play this shit back.
Yeah,
Let's
play it
play it
back.
back.
And Tony's a liar. If I was going to say the N word, I'd say nigger. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Fucking faggots.
This dude just got smoked and he got fucking mad. These are the people that support Donald Trump. I'll say it again. These are the people that support Donald Trump.
I get into that, and I did.
And
say
that's why I didn't want. That's why I did not answer the question. I didn't answer the question because I knew he was going to do that. That's because it was irrelevant. How many people were killed was totally irrelevant to the point. And see, this is what happens. This is what these fucking little debate bro, mini me people, this is what they do. They can't argue the facts. So then they try to drive you into semantics. They try to derail the conversation. And then when you don't let them and you try to pull them back, they get really fucking pissed like that guy just did. It's funny to watch. It's a little annoying. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to make the point because I've seen this many times before. Anyway, Ronald, welcome in. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Ronald, 69 from Michigan. I voted for Kamala.
I need a second to exhale. Hold on a second.
And Tony, I'm not blaming you for the record. I don't want you to feel like you did anything wrong. I'm saying like that's why it didn't matter to me. Anyway, Ronald, did you want to make a point to something Hale said or something we said?
Well, hell is an idiot for one.
That's true.
And I don't know how you guys deal with these people. They're out there.
Scary, ain't it?
It is scary.
What's scary is that they vote and can speak and can breathe our oxygen. That's what's scary.
Even though I get what Tim was saying in the long run, I just wanted to the guy kept asking over and over again. So I said, screw it. Let me just do a quick Google search. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, like you said, if it was one person, it doesn't fucking matter. This is what it said real quick. And there was a lot of people injured, supposedly, as well. But you think it would just calm him down for a second, and it didn't.
Yeah, well, because his goal wasn't to impeach that. It was to derail the conversation because I had already cooked him with the prompt because he acknowledged that they have a duty to attack us. And therefore, if you believe that we have a duty to respond if somebody attacks us, and you agree that they have a duty to respond, the moment that we attack them unprovoked, they will respond or should respond. Right? Which means he wants people to attack us. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it.
Right.
Correct.
And he knew that his shit was cooked, and that was why he did what he did. Because he knew
you really
he could.
believe that he gave out pamphlets to let him give him a heads up?
I did hear that he kind of made some weird announcements beforehand.
Yeah, that's possible. But again, even if, but it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been to E-Dub. Holy shit! Are you in a dishwasher? Open the handle.
Come up, man.
It sounds like you're inside of a dishwasher.
I was walking out of the grocery store, man. I wasn't even trying to come up right now. Sorry, bro.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm talking out here.
You know, like the little air machine you pass by walking out so the flies don't get in the
Yeah.
That's what I was walking through in my pocket too. So sorry.
That's
about that,
funny. No, you're good, man. I appreciate it. I'll drop you down. We'll see you, man.
Thank you.
Peace. Yeah. So maybe that's true, but he also, and I was about to show him, and I think he knew what I was going to show him. I was about to show him that boat where he acknowledged they killed 4 people in that boat. There was another boat, they unalived 11 people. If he didn't without due process. So that is a level of fucking, just psychopathy that
I heard it was written on the BOM. It said, you have the right to, and then that was the end of it.
Yeah, real quick, Eric, thank you so much for those 11 golden gloves. I appreciate that. Alyssa, thank you for giving Tony those 7 roses. And Rebecca, thank you for the heartbeat. Appreciate it. And if you weren't here this morning and you haven't gotten your heartbeat yet, go ahead and do that. That way you can collect your points. Let me bring in a few more people here. And please keep tapping. Please keep tapping. Let's get to 25K as quick as we can. CKB. All right. Governor Crow, what's up?
What's up? How y'all doing this evening?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
We're just cooking MAGA. That's all.
Are you cooking them?
Caramelized.
Well, I'll say this. I am a Republican, but there's a lot of remedial Republicans in my party, and I don't understand why they don't understand how the government works,
Well, did you hear the last guy that was up here? Were you here for that?
No, I missed that. What did the last gentleman say?
He crashed out until he went full inward twice.
What was he crashing out about?
About the prompt. He wanted to derail the conversation. I wouldn't let him, and he just kind of lost his shit.
Why do you think the president wants the U.S. attacked?
Well, okay. So let me be clear. This is rage baiting, right? For purpose.
I have a feeling.
Yeah. So, but it's not outside of something that I would think that is true. So, and the reason I put that Trump wants the U.S. attacked is he keeps attacking sovereign nations that have not attacked us first, which lends itself to a response attack.
Like Iran.
Yes, exactly. And now Venezuela. And I bring that up because today, and I'll just put this back up in case you missed it. I assumed that you did, and maybe you've seen it. I don't know. He is now, hold on, I got to go to my OBS here. Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela and looking to land strikes. So not just, random boats without any evidence of, drug trafficking, what have you, actual strikes in Venezuela. And in doing that, what the fuck are they supposed to do?
Well, I disagree with the administration that they're planning on striking Venezuela. I don't particularly see the need to strike Venezuela. They have not engaged in a hostile action towards the United States. Therefore, I don't see the need to send the CIA down there. I mean, we know what happens every time we've sent the Central Intelligence Agency to a South American country. We did it in the past, and it didn't work out well.
Yep.
As far as striking Iran, I didn't agree with that. I don't agree with the administration being close to Bibi. I'm not a fan of Bibi. Never liked Benjamin Netanyahu. I think he's an ass. I think he had a part in getting us in the Iraq War in 2003 with W. But yeah, I think if the president continues.
Hold on. CKB, you got somebody's got a lot of background noise. Hold on. I've muted everybody. There it is. I muted everybody but the one it was. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but if the president continues to do these actions, which are, in my opinion, asinine, for example, sending 200 U.S. soldiers to Israel to maintain a quote-unquote peace, a ceasefire, which was violated 24 hours after it was allegedly signed by Israel and Hamas, it doesn't make any sense. I would disagree in the administration.
Yeah, and I believe they've still continued to attack them while they're touting and praising this ceasefire. Like just this morning.
We've had 5 ceasefires with Israel and Hamas. And every time we have a ceasefire, within 24 to 48 hours, they're back to blowing each other up.
Has that been confirmed, Tim, since this recent ceasefire, or whatever you want to call it?
Yes.
Yeah, just this morning, they were still attacking.
He was going after Palestinian people that were helping out Hamas.
I mean, they've said everything is Hamas. They're under the cabinets. They're under the sinks. So you blow the whole house up and the apartment building that's on top of that apartment because somebody was hiding there, and we called them Hamas. That's what come on. If it walks, has a
executing-
heartbeat, and can speak, and looks like those people in Gaza, it's Hamas.
Right.
Hamas is executing collaborators, Israeli collaborators, who some speculate might be ISIS, who were in Gaza at the direction of the Israelis. But this is being done with Trump's approval.
Well, I personally think the United States shouldn't intervene. If the world wants the conflict to be over, why can't the Arab nations over there band together and bring Israel and Hamas to the table and sign an actual ceasefire or peace agreement?
Because we're the only ones who can pressure Israel in the right direction.
And because Trump wants the Gaza Strip to turn it into a Branson, Missouri, or a Las Vegas.
Which is ignorant.
We're the only ones that could pressure Israel. How the hell did the attack on Iran happen from us? I think it was turned around the other way.
Like Benjamin Netanyahu has been getting up here since the 90s, harping about Iran and Iraq before we toppled Saddam, and now he's been saying the same stuff about Iran ever since he got into power in the 90s. And the United States been falling for it ever since. When we gonna stop falling for this crap? There's one thing I agree with Obama with. Barack Obama, when he was president, Obama and Benjamin Netanyahu really didn't get along with each other. I see why.
Yeah.
But I personally think that the president needs to wisen up and stop trusting Benjamin Netanyahu. That fool is gonna get us in a goddamn war.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's questionable what CKB or whatever said about we're the only ones who keep Israel in check. I don't think that's the case at all.
Well, and here's the thing:
what happens to Israel if we cut off our military and financial support? What happens
there will
to
be
them?
peace in the Middle East, fucking finally.
Right.
I don't know if there will be peace, but it would be whatever they could come up with to fight each other without outside interference.
Right.
Well, here's the thing, though. They didn't war any more than any other nation did prior to Zionists going in there and displacing all of those people. And ever since then, that entire area has been a ticking time bomb.
That entire area has been a ticking time bomb since the 6th century.
Nope,
Benjamin
not true.
Netanyahu has came. We all know what that man want to do. He wants to create greater Israel. We all know what he wanted to do. He came out publicly, said he wanted to take over the West Bank and the Gaza Strip and expand further. My question is, why the hell we keep getting tangled up with Israel? We over there bombing Iran because they got WMD. That sound like 03 all over again. Then we got people saying,
Same thing.
CIA. We got the Director of National Intelligence up here. We had credible information that Iran had. That just sound like the same thing that Dick Rumsfeld, Paul Wolfowitz, and Dick Cheney.
Well, and Benjamin Netanyahu. Don't forget, Benjamin Netanyahu sat in front of our government and said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction.
Oh, yeah. And then W fell right for it.
Yep. And had been saying Iran was, they're just around the corner. We got 2 weeks. We got to do something. Or 2 weeks, they're going to get the nuke, and they're going to take us all out. This is what they've been saying since the fucking 90s.
Yeah, they've been 2 weeks away since like the middle of the 80s.
They remind me of the fucking My Pillow guy and that fucking, who was that female lawyer with the release the Kraken shit. She was going to release the Kraken in 2 weeks.
Look, the fact of the matter is, if the president ran on American first, and so far, this is one of my biggest criticisms of the president, is a lot of the actions he's done has been against what he campaigned on. I mean, you can't sit up there and say you're going to run on American first and we're not going to intervene in world conflicts, but in 6 months after you get inaugurated, you over there sending stealth B-2 aircraft over Iran.
Right.
And we don't even know if the intelligence is credible or not. I mean, yeah, they said they did soil samples and all that other good stuff over there, and they said there was some uranium over there, but Come on. I mean, it's the same thing that W said. Bush administration said in '03. Oh, well, Saddam got yellow cake. Come to find out he
Rinse
got
and
cake,
repeat.
pound cake from great value pound cake. Give me a break.
Great value.
Well,
pound.
I think we have a. I think we have a sighting. I think we have a sighting of a reasonable Republican in the wild. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, because the problem that I see is there's a lot of Republicans that they listen to what the administration is saying, and then they don't, or they listen to Fox News and Newsmax, and they don't take the time to do the analysis of what they're saying and do the deep dive and the research and look at the history of what's going on over there. The Arabs and the Jews been fighting each other for damn longer than we've been alive. Why the hell we getting involved when we got all this other shit we got to worry about here in America?
Let me ask you a
Israel
question,
has
Governor.
3/4 of the Congress in their payroll.
Governor, let me ask you a question. So,
Mhm.
are you buying that they're saying that these boats were loaded up with the drugs in
What
Venezuela?
the
Not
Venezuelan
without
boats?
evidence.
The
Not without evidence.
There,
Venezuelan boats.
there's no. I have not supported any of that because, like I said, there's no. I think somebody on the panel just said there's no credible evidence.
Right. So behind all these conflicts and things happening, I mean, how can you? For me personally, I don't know how this administration or anyone could justify any of these moves.
This is why my prompt says what it says, because it doesn't make any sense unless this is the goal.
Yeah, like I mean, when it comes to the Venezuelan boats, I mean, look, we don't know for sure if these boats had illegal substances or not. Okay,
Right.
we don't. We have all we know is we got folk in a speedboat in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, or Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it, right? And unless the Coast Guard or the Department of Homeland Security or somebody up there shows some pictures or say, well, look at what we got here.
Right.
But see, hell, how
Well,
can you sit up here and say, well, we found the evidence when you blew it up?
exactly.
Come on.
What prevents the Coast Guard or the DOJ vis-a-vis the Department of Defense or Department of War? What prevents them from simply interdicting these boats and arresting folks who are producing the drugs and interdicting these boats? Why do they have to be drone struck?
At least once. Show us one time.
Yeah, just
Well, they need to
interdict one of
get
these boats
intel from them.
Yeah,
and
show us once so we
bring
can
off the
say we have.
fentanyl, bring off the cocaine, bring schmocaine, whatever we have to say
Bring
on
it, yeah.
TikTok.
Mugs.
Just show us. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty impressive. It'd be easy. I mean, they can track these boats pretty easily.
And see, another thing is, I understand the president has a braggadocious personality, he's and all that other stuff because he's New York,
I think
and all that.
Oh,
But
don't
my whole
pathological
thing
liar
is,
is better, but
yeah. But my whole thing is that if you already know that everything that you're going to be under a bigger microscope than because you're the president and you're doing stuff like this, like you need, and you are, huh?
Is he? Is it happening? Is he under the microscope? Or is he getting away with all this crap?
I think that he,
I think the national press is neutered. I think most
Well-
of the corporate media is basically neutered.
The president
He's
of the United
succeeded
States.
in cowing them.
The president of the United States is on the humanitarian watch list right now,
Yeah.
and has been for the last 6 months.
Those are the country.
I
Right?
mean,
The country.
But the
but
reason
yeah,
I agree with the prompt, because the reason that Trump wants us attacked is because if we are at war when it's time to vote, he does not have to step down.
Well, I think Tim earlier said that we're not exactly sure of that, but
No, you still have to. There's no mechanism to shut down an erection, but that doesn't mean he won't try. There's also no
Shut down-
mechanism to
shut
just blow up a boat without any evidence whatsoever. There's no mechanism for that. It's
he's
illegal.
Why wouldn't you need to get intel from them?
It's like a kid walking to a lake and throwing 100 stones hoping to hit one fish.
like we can get up here and say that there's a possibility or not that Venezuelan gangs are using speedboats to smuggle illegal substances in the United States.
They're not
But
speedboats, just so you know.
well, boats. I'll say boats. But we need to see the proof before we can justify using drones.
Well,
because what
Well,
I would argue
what
this,
percentage
even
of
if
fentanyl or cocaine comes from
okay,
Venezuela?
you
do you know?
can't say those words, fent or happy powder, whatever. But even if there are rugs on
sorry.
there, let's say there was rugs on there. Let's say there was 50 pounds of rugs on that boat. We still don't have the right to blow it up.
Yeah, that doesn't provide a basis for extrajudicial killings.
I mean, I personally
I'm sorry,
think
bro.
I personally think the better course of action would be the U.S. Coast Guard detaining the vessel in question once the vessel enters U.S. territorial waters and board the boat, inspect it.
Nowhere near U.S. waters, number one. Number two, without any proof, okay, whatsoever, he's going to say that these are the aggressions from Venezuela to the United States, and hence this is why he's going to attack or whatever. And you just can't do that. You just can't do any of it.
Well, I don't think.
And let me just pull this up real quick. I just want to show you where this is taking place in this area right here. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a long motherfucking ways away from the U.S.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna get from here to the U.S. with one of those little bitty ass boats, which means it wasn't going to the U.S. Now they may have been going from somewhere else to the U.S. Prove it. Prove it. They can't. He wants to unalive people. That's why my prompt says what it says.
Yeah, but no, I will say
your prompt makes more sense than what they're doing.
I will say I don't think that I don't think Congress will authorize military action against Venezuela.
He gave the authorization to the CIA to have aggressions on land.
I mean, the president has the authority under the War Powers Resolution to engage in limited military
I don't think he knows the rules.
stuff.
He doesn't
But
know
as-
what the rules are.
I mean, look, that's why you got the White House counsel's office. But the president does have the authority under the War Powers Resolution in '73, I believe, to engage in limited military actions. But for a broad scale military offensive, Congress is not approving that.
Right. Now, real quick, raw. I've read that article, and that is for like a parade. It's not really the same as but I will bring it to everybody's attention. But I think the headline is very rage baity. So, but if you read the article, it's much, much different than what the title suggests. Trump may launch missiles from warships into California this Friday and Saturday as part of the Vanity Parade. So and here's what he's doing is he's going to shut down the busiest parts of California to do this parade. Of course, I would argue he's doing it to fuck up the economy in California. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's trying to hurt these blue states because Republican states can't fucking compete. And they're tired of us being able to say, well, look, the biggest fucking economies are essentially blue and the worst ones are red.
Yep.
So just drag us down to their level instead of doing better.
Guys. Has anyone seen Arkansas, Mississippi, and West Virginia lately? I mean, not to laugh, but
Tennessee's
these are
right
third world
up there with
countries. These are third world countries.
Tennessee ain't no better, man. Tennessee ain't no better.
Drive through Jackson, Mississippi? I don't care which part of Jackson, Mississippi you drive through. It is a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say that, not every red state is a third world country.
And not every blue state, and not every blue state is a good state either.
Yeah, I'm from North
Pennsylvania
Carolina.
has its problems.
Well, I'm from North Carolina. We got our problems, and
All states have their problems.
but I will say, I got a lot of flack from people in my own party because I said I was going to support Roy Cooper for Senate, And I told him, I said, look, Roy Cooper was our governor for 8 years. He's a Democrat. And he was probably one of the most effective governors in my lifetime because he actually worked with the Republican-controlled state assembly to get a lot of good stuff done.
Yeah, and that's what's
Now,
missing from
well,
like that.
now you said you were a conservative. Did you vote for Trump? Just
I
curious.
identify myself more as a moderate Republican, but yes, I did vote for Trump.
Do you regret that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't regret it?
No, there's obvious things. I'm not going to agree with the president on everything.
So,
Wow.
okay, so what?
Seemed pretty reasonable up until that point.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's still reasonable. I mean, look,
Well, yeah, I mean,
people can
I'm not
differ, but I'd
I'm not
be
gonna-
interested to see how you can see what all is going on and still, like, are you still in support of Trump at this moment, or are you like, fuck this guy? This is not what he was running for.
My support with Donald Trump will go away if he gets us in a war. Okay. Now, yet I don't agree. Obviously, there's disagreements I have with sending 200 U.S. soldiers to Israel. I don't necessarily agree with the situation with these boats and coming from Venezuela. We have no intelligence on this, and other than that, but I do agree with some of the stuff that he has done. The big beautiful bill is one of the biggest things I agree with the president on.
You don't like health insurance to be cheaper?
Just say that one more time.
You don't like health insurance to be cheaper?
Yeah, I want health insurance to be cheaper.
Do you want it to be more expensive for other people that rely on the ACA for it?
I want health insurance. I want health insurance to be more affordable for all Americans. I believe that we have issues in the health insurance sector that we can resolve, and I think that Republicans and Democrats should come together and solve
You think
that.
the government should play a role in making health insurance cheaper?
I think there's some regulations that the government can put into place.
Welcome to democratic socialism, my friend.
Why would it be removing the governmental subsidies that make the insurance cheaper for everybody then?
Well, what legislation removed the government subsidies?
The big beautiful bill.
No, I disagree with that.
Bill.
No, I disagree.
Well, that's
I
what the
read
current shutdown is about.
Well, I understand. I know what the current shutdown is about, but my question to you
they want
is,
that provision of the bill to be overturned.
So let me pose a couple questions. The first question I have is, in the big beautiful bill, when did they designate the ACA subsidies to sunset?
In the big beautiful bill, I can pull it up. We can look at it. I've got it downloaded here somewhere.
Because from my understanding,
I think it's going to be January 1st.
Okay, so from my understanding is,
might be wrong.
With President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, that was the legislation that extended them through the end of this year, right? So my question is that if the ACA subsidy, the extension of these ACA subsidies were already set to sunset on 31 December of this year, why would we put in the legislation for them to sunset at the end of this year if it's already been legislated?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't understand.
The ACA subsidies were already scheduled to sunset at the end of this year per the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. So my question is, go ahead.
The question really isn't about the technicalities of the sunset date or anything else. It's about, do we want to eliminate these subsidies or preserve them? That's really the question.
You've got 11 Republicans last time I looked that said they were open to extending them for 1 year. Negotiate this further.
Which of the 11? Because I bet you I can point to all 11 that have previously voted to get rid of the ACA entirely.
You had Murkowski, Sullivan, the two senators from Alaska. I read MTG was on there. In fact, I got
Congresswoman.
I've got the list on my desk. Let me go pull it, get it.
Well, it would be up to Republican leadership to bring legislation to the Senate.
Well, you get it. You can get back
to extend the subsidies.
But
Trump himself has said he's open to extending the subsidies, but that's all just Trump,
So
It's all just Trump hot
so
air.
if the president,
That's
where's
all
that
just
list?
Trump hot air, though.
If the president, as well as 11 Republicans in both the House and Senate, I just had that list. There it is.
So then why don't we have a
Because
deal?
it's all BS. It's all propaganda.
Look,
It's all for
we can bypass the
propaganda
leadership.
purposes.
Yeah, well, we can bypass the leadership. All you got to
Sure.
do in the Senate is amend the CR as is, okay, and then get 60 votes, and then use a discharge petition. Discharge it out of the committee and put it to a floor vote. You already got 60 votes to sign the discharge petition, so the same 60 people that signed the discharge petition
So
can
why
vote for
aren't
the
they
CR.
doing that?
Exactly.
Why
You
aren't they
got to
doing
ask
that?
John Thune. You know, Congress is very slow about these things. That's one of the things I don't like about Congress. They're very
Well, they don't
slow.
want to.
Okay,
They don't
I
want
want to
the
point out
ACA.
real quick. Frequently asked questions. The Inflation Reduction Act extends the increased marketplace premium subsidies that were enacted by American Rescue Plan Act through 2025. So what the hell were you talking about that they were going to sunset?
They're scheduled to sunset at the end of this year, December 31st or
Through
January
2025. Yeah, I believe those were for the C-19 subsidies.
1st. No, that's the extension of the ACA subsidies that we're talking about here. They were
Yeah, it was from
extended.
it was for C-19. Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
they're
it
scheduled-
extended those. The Inflation Reduction Act
Yeah, so we're on
extended
the same-
them.
yeah,
No,
we're on the
You're
same
saying
page.
that it's sunset. You said
No.
Yes, that's what you
In-
said.
In the
Bro,
Inflation Reduction
listen,
Act.
you said the
I can
Inflation
pull it up.
Reduction Act. You said the Inflation Reduction Act it set them to expire. But they were set to expire when the Inflation Reduction Act was passed, and then it extended it so that they could address it again. And here we are. They're trying to get it addressed again so that it doesn't go away.
Yeah, we're on the same page. We're literally
Yes,
saying the same
but the
thing I'm
way you
saying.
worded it made it seem like
Well,
that
that's
it was
my
the
bad.
Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, it was giving
Okay.
the impression that the
That's
Inflation
where
Reduction Act was.
If that
was
wasn't
intended
purposeful,
to do away with them.
if that wasn't purposeful, then ignore my irritation with you because maybe that's just a
No,
miscommunication.
we had a miscommunication, but we're
Fair.
tracking here.
Okay.
So, what I personally think is, I think we should look into the extending the ACA subsidies. Okay, health insurance premiums have skyrocketed since the C-19 pandemic, and we've got a lot of Americans across the country that's relying on these subsidies. Now, my thing is that unless the Republicans, what I personally think the Republicans should do is just go ahead and put the extension for 1 year in. Okay, put the extension in there, bring it to a floor vote of the United States Senate, and if Democrats still vote no, then
Well, they would vote yes for that. That would end the shutdown.
Yeah, it would.
okay. So why?
But you're in
is it
favor
when
of that, so that's good.
I'm in favor.
You're in
of
favor of that.
I'm in favor
Which-
of extending
So-
the ACA subsidies.
You're in opposition to the Republican Party.
Correct at this
Well, yeah, I am.
juncture. Yeah.
And the whole start of this conversation is, what do you actually like about what they're doing?
What I like about what they're doing is the big beautiful bill. That's what I like.
And that's how come we challenge you with the ACA.
Now,
That's
the
a
big
primary
beautiful bill.
tenet of it.
Yeah, but the ACA subsidies sunsetting was not in the big beautiful bill. Now, with regards to ACA subsidy, in the big beautiful bill was eligibility. Who was eligible for 'em.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sort of equivocation over not taking action to extend them is exactly the same as ending them.
I mean, John, go ahead.
I said I'm a bit confused. We were asking you what you like the bill, and we just
I like the bill.
right, but right now we're in a governmental shutdown over this. So how could you
And
what people are doing?
The bill fails to extend the Obamacare subsidies, so that's something you oppose.
Yeah, CBO estimates the Medicaid provisions in the Big Beautiful Bill would reduce federal outlays by $840 billion and reduce revenues by $21.1 billion over the 10-year period from 2025 to 2034.
So we're going to save $840 billion in Medicaid in the next 10 years.
Okay, let me. Hey, if you want to save some money, what you could do is get rid of it, right? If that's what you want is to save money, you could just get rid of it, and then you wouldn't have to pay any money out, right? But
Get rid of Medicaid?
we don't. Right. If you seemed excited that you were going to save money, but the reality is they're not saving anything. They're cutting services. They're going to reduce coverages. How the fuck else are they going to pay for it when they're cutting nearly $1 trillion out of it?
What's exactly
over 10 years?
cutting Medicaid?
It's also contradictory because we know the big beautiful bill is fiscally. It's actually, if you're a fiscal hawk, you want to reduce deficits. Does the exact opposite in
That's
the
right.
trillions.
Which
Yeah.
is why Rand Paul and Thomas Massey voted against it.
Yeah. So, but
Well,
you,
yeah.
you don't care about the. Do you care about the debt or no?
Well, yeah, he should.
I say
As
that one
a
more time.
Do you care
conservative
about the
Republican.
debt or no?
Do I care about the debt?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you acknowledge the big beautiful bill went the opposite direction.
Yes,
Okay.
because I
but
mean,
you
you're
still like
reducing,
it.
you're reducing your revenue, but you're increasing spending. So yeah, you're going to run up a deficit.
But you like
There
it.
are, but yeah, I mean, there are provisions in the legislation that I like and will benefit from.
Well, do you think
Wouldn't
that? Do you
give
think that
more
Joe
money
Biden?
to the
Well,
billionaires?
what are those?
Do you hold on? Do you
What are
think?
those
Hold on,
provisions?
guys. Hold on, guys. Do you think that Joe Biden spent too much money?
Do I think he spent too much money?
Yeah, and the Democrats.
I think both parties are guilty of running up deficits.
Okay.
I mean,
so
hell, George W. Bush, when he came into office in 2001 with a budget surplus, and when he left office, we was billions of dollars in debt, running up $1 trillion
But-
deficit because of 2 wars and the recession.
Yeah.
okay, so you don't
Unfunded
really,
wars.
so you don't really care about the debt. It's just like a side point to you.
What do you mean by a
You know,
side
this is
point?
where
Well, because you said you like the one big beautiful bill, but it adds a bunch of fucking money to our debt. So to you, that's like not very important. Is that? Am I understanding you correctly?
I mean, I think the debt is important, but when it
Yeah,
comes
I mean, but
to when it comes down
it
to
does so by taking away essential services, life-saving services from
To give
lower
tax
class and
break
poor
to the billionaires?
Americans, and in the service of extending tax cuts to the wealthiest.
yeah, and
Okay,
tax,
I don't
and
know.
Well,
I
let
mean,
me
class-
ask. Let me ask
middle cl-
directly. What in the big beautiful bill did you like? Like, was the
liked it.
thing that you were like, oh yeah, fuck yeah?
I like that the tax brackets that were lowered in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act were made permanent. I like that the SALT tax deduction was quadrupled. I like the increase in the standard deduction and the child tax credit. I like the 4 standalone deductions for overtime compensation, tips, auto loan interest, and for seniors. I also like that there's funding going into rural America, $50 billion over the next 5 fiscal years. For specifically for rural hospitals, I like the fact that telehealth services were expanded for catastrophic and bronze health insurance plans. There's a lot of stuff in there I like. I can keep going if you want me to.
Rural hospitals are going to close, brother.
Rural
because of this
hospital,
act.
yeah, and rural hospitals.
They're not going to receive more funding.
Well, you know
How much
what?
of that was
Here's the
came
thing.
out?
Okay, let
neck of
me, guys. I want to make clear: the best thing for Republicans is to get everything they want. So you know what? Let him love that, and then you can own that later, man.
Yeah.
All right. So because I'm not going to go through and argue this all over again because it's already passed. Nothing's going to change that. So I just say, oh, there's my NFL started playing. Fucking Eagles and Giants I was watching. Anyway, so I guess just acknowledge when it fucks shit up that was your fault. Fair?
I mean, what is it going to mess up?
Well, you know.
Well, you'll see.
But,
You'll
that's
see. No.
funny.
Here's what I hope. Here's what I've got, in the back of my mind. Hope. I don't like the destruction of the country, but what I hope is that Republicans get literally everything they've ever wanted, because that will end the fucking United States as we fucking know it, and it will send everything to the billionaires, and everybody else is going to get fucked, and then it'll be like, we're winning. We got what we wanted.
You're 1,000% right.
Yeah, I say your fucking rural hospitals are going to close. You're going to have no fucking schools. The nearest school's going to be fucking 40 miles away. You're going to have to drive your kids there, and if you can't, well, fuck you. Go to the nearest church.
Can I ask Governor what he thinks in the big bill is going to be beneficial to him personally?
The quadrupling of the SALT tax deduction, as well as the state and local sales, the state and local income tax deduction.
Okay, but wait a second. So you're in a certain bracket that you're going to benefit from that. Is what you're saying?
Yes, yes, I am.
Can you give us
Okay.
a ballpark of that bracket?
But
I can't holler you. Say that one more time for me.
Can you give us a ballpark of that bracket so I know what you're talking about?
35, I think was the top bracket. What, 35%, 37%?
I don't
what do
know.
you think your total tax benefit's going to be in dollars?
Well, I have to sit down with my CPA when I do my taxes, but next year I'll come and find you and let you know.
I just want to know what the end of America was worth to you. Really,
I don't think America's in it.
bro.
because
Look
of this
around.
legislation.
Look around. Are you look at what this motherfucker is doing? He declared liberals terrorists. He is unilaterally unaliving people in the middle of the ocean without proof, your own admission. He is going into other countries and bombing them to try and provoke a war. He's sending CIA operatives into countries who haven't done anything to us, and now he's talking about striking them. He sent operatives into fucking Greenland and Denmark, got caught, by the way, because he's a fucking idiot. He is turning our allies completely against us and making us look like fucking fools. So, yeah, I want to know how much the end of this country was worth to you, because apparently you care about what you get out of it. You don't give a fuck about what happens to everybody else.
Hey, well, he's going to get a couple grand. He's going to get a couple $1,000s out of it.
Oh, it's more than a couple
Guess it's
$1,000s, I'll
worth
tell
it.
you that.
Yeah, it might be worth
Well,
it.
what, 10?
What about the
Yeah, well,
tariff-
10,
the
well,
tariff-
10 grand, 20 grand.
The tariffs, all the money he purchases stuff throughout the year in tariff products, it's going to negate whatever he gets back, maybe.
Let them have it. I say let these motherfuckers have it because we're getting fucked anyway, guys. Burn
You're
this
right there.
bitch to the
No,
the thing
motherfucking
to me-
ground. Give them everything they want. You get no fucking health insurance unless you can pay for it. You don't get a police call unless you can fucking pay for it. Your fucking ambulance ride, good luck. The water, your
All
local
about the
water,
almighty
EPA
dollar.
will be gone, so they're going to put all kinds of fucking weed killer and shit in your water. Good
All the
luck.
jobs-
Give
all
them
the jobs that
everything
you
they
don't-
want.
All the jobs you
Get a
don't want
well
to
with like a really good filtration system.
right? All
Yeah,
the
good
jobs
luck
you
filtering
might-
metal out.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's what I say, guys. Because look, we had to go through a Great Depression to get the New Deal. And I
could
don't
go
say
buy another suit.
if we penny ante along and we just kick this little can down the road and we suffer just a little bit, we're not going to get any major change. So I say fucking give it all to them.
Well, I
They
agree with
want it.
that.
You
Yeah.
want it. If the money was worth it to you, fucking take it. Take it and run with that
Yeah, yeah.
bitch. And whenever everybody's
Yeah.
out in the fucking streets, then we can get some change up in this bitch.
Yeah, the story of the New Deal is Roosevelt went to his capitalist crony friends and said, listen, guys, we got to do something serious here. We have to really change how we operate, or we're going to be under a revolution. We're going to be under actually uprisings in the streets. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a point to the host rhetoric, which is, things will be so bad that that'll be the turning point when American fascism finally gets crushed for the last time.
Yeah. I mean, I look around me and this country is not what I grew up in. This is not the country that I grew up in.
I'm ashamed
and,
of this
and it was
country right
bad
now.
then. It's getting worse. And I didn't think it would get worse, but here we are.
Totally ashamed of this country right now.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
you don't even realize how different it is. I went to college in the 70s. The average wage in America was $10 an hour higher than it is today. I had free education. This is not some revolutionary new idea. It's only new and revolutionary in the face of what we now have, which is a system of student chattel slavery. You have to go into debt to get an education. I went to college for free. I was able to pay for my master's degree by working part-time at United Parcel Service unloading trucks for 4 hours a day. You know what I got paid? $42 an hour. Medical, dental, and eye care under a Teamsters contract. The same guy today is getting $15 an hour unloading a box at United Parcel Service.
Paying $500-$600 a month for his health insurance, and then anytime he has to
Right.
go to the doctor, he's paying $30, $40,
That's-
$50, $60. Anytime he goes get some kind of fucking procedure, he's paying 20-30% of the cost of it.
Yeah.
Right up
That's
the ass.
neoliberalism. That's Reaganism.
Yeah.
That's
Reagan was our worst
the
president
government
ever.
is your enemy.
Yeah.
In real terms.
At some point, it's time to let go and let the shit fall where it falls.
Reagan started this nonsense.
Yeah. Now, Scratch, you haven't spoken yet since you've been here, so would you like to jump in there? You're welcome to jump in. Scratch? Why are you being so cringy right now, Scratch? Anybody that knows Scratch will get that joke. All right, well, I'm going to come back to Scratch because I would be interested in what he has to say. Anybody? Oh, yeah, go ahead, man. Offer your thoughts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we saw, I was preaching about this like months ago, but we saw what happened with Iran and with Donald Trump initially planned the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal, and then failing to actually negotiate, even though Iran was looking to sign back in with the United States back into the deal, and then greenlighting an attack against Iran of Israel, and then attacking them ourselves, right? And then Iran attacking us, which almost led to us going into that war. We see him trying to broke Venezuela. And then as he's doing these constant actions, which continue to invoke more and more hostile sentiments from other world leaders, he then lies about the peace that he's been able to get done with these like so-called 7 wars. And if we actually look into them, he has almost nothing to do with them. And most of the time, he's just holding the actual peace negotiations in the White House or the final signing of things that are already negotiated prior to his administration.
Well, they've changed it to 8 now. Let me show you. I don't know if you got the memo, but they marked out the 7, and now it's 8 wars in 8 months. This guy's so full of shit.
Fucking end of the
I
war.
know.
What? They're marking a ceasefire as the end of the war.
Yeah, it's so full of shit. He is so full of shit, this man. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
But yeah, that's it. Somebody else can comment on that.
Anybody else want to jump in on that?
You know, the thing I was going to comment on, well, on that specifically, maybe not, but the thing for me is, you know, the modern day Republican Party is an empty shell. It doesn't have any principles or values. I know Governor would disagree with that, but, you know, in his own sort of brushing aside trillions of dollars added to the debt, fiscal conservatism doesn't exist anymore. The sort of maybe neocon impulse to a worldwide military and controlling other countries through military power, that may still be there, but it's veiled and hidden behind some sort of America First rhetoric, which is supposed to be, we're going to take care of Americans before we intervene in foreign countries. We just saw a $20 billion bailout for a friend of Trump's in Argentina, which then they turned around and used the money to suspend their export tariffs so China could buy multiple $1 billion of soybeans, further screwing our farmers. But somehow the sort of MAGA base is so deep in a fog of propaganda, they can be told anything. They don't have any fundamental principles besides worshiping the dear leader. That's all. That's all. If Trump does it, then it's good. It's a sort of almost biblical religious mentality. If God does it, it's good. If Trump does it, it's good, even though it contradicts traditional so-called Republican values.
Oh yeah, he's certainly not a Republican. Now, to your point about Argentina, I want to point this out. He posted this yesterday at 2:37. I believe that China purposely not buying our soybeans and causing difficulty for our soybean farmers is an economically hostile act. We're considering terminating business with China having to do with cooking oil and other elements of trade as retribution. We're going to get the cooking oil going, okay, guys? This man is so full of shit, and his people are so gullible, they're going to believe that China did something wrong to us because Trump wrote it in there, despite the fact that he started this domino effect that we find ourselves now in. and then turns around and bails the very people out that are the reason why China is able to get their soybeans still. Fucking
Yeah,
this
and
guy's
this is
weird.
all in service of we've gotta make sure Milei gets reelected. Why exactly? Because he kisses up to Trump, because he's Trump's foreign ally, because Scott Bessent's former colleague in a George Soros hedge fund, what's his name? The guy that made Bessent rich and made a bunch of money for Soros. He's heavily invested in Argentina, and his investments were at risk, and that's part of the reason why Milei gets 20 billion.
They're getting more than 20 billion. They're getting 40 billion now.
They
Well, I
upped it.
heard the Treasury
They're
also
trying to
bought
up it.
a quote unquote undisclosed amount of Argentinian pesos.
Yeah, now to be fair, it's a currency swap, so it's not like we're just handing off the money. It's like more like a loan, I guess. But I imagine they won't pay us back, and we won't do anything about it. So if that's the case, then
Well, where are we
then it would
standing
be a
in line
handout.
with Argentina's loans? I mean, are we going to get paid before the IMF does? Who's getting paid first here?
Well, if you turn on Trump, he'll just fucking go to your country and bomb you, and then what?
Well, he just threatened them. He just threatened the Argentinian population. If you don't vote for Milei, I'm cutting off any further support. I mean, what is this?
It's colonialism, if you want to call it that. It's the United States dictating to others what they do. Now, this isn't
And this is
a whole
supposed to
lot
be
different.
consistent with some America First.
Well,
ideology.
America's been doing this for a
Makes
long
no
time
sense.
now. America's
Well,
been
I agree.
doing this for a long time. Yeah.
And this is your
Yeah, well, yeah.
president, Gov?
Do what? Do what? I heard somebody ask a question.
I said, Gov, is this your president you like?
Well,
We're just asking.
he saved like
How is
$20,000.
Yeah, well, how are Trump's actions consistent with your conservative principles? That's the
Well,
question.
like I said,
I
I
asked.
identify. I'm a more moderate Republican.
Okay.
So like Susan Collins, the senator from Maine. She's a moderate Republican, right?
What's up, Governor?
Well,
Grove?
if you voted for Trump, I can't really. I don't. And
I
you
can't
continue to
comprehend
support
that.
him. I'm not
I
sure
can.
I could call you moderate. If you still support what the guy is doing.
Like I said, I don't support 100% of everything that the president has done.
If you haven't turned on Trump completely, if you haven't said this guy has to go, do you
like I
think he
said,
should go? Do you think he's a bigger detriment than he is success?
As it stands now, I'm not going to call for the impeachment of the president.
Okay. Well, then you're not a
wait minute
moderate.
now, Gov.
You're not a moderate.
Gov,
Should be
here's a
willing to-
little moderate litmus test. Did Trump lose the 2020 election?
Yes, he did.
All right, good for you. How do you feel about, if you believe that, how do you feel about him consistently lying about it and still lying about it to this day?
I think the president.
to
should
me,
get
that
over
would be
I think
a
the
deal
president
breaker
should-
for me.
And I think
As a
the president
citizen,
should-
Well, you ask him a question, let him fucking answer the question. Go ahead, Governor.
Sorry, bro.
I personally
Sorry,
think
bro.
that I think the president should get over that. That was an election that was 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in November of this year. I think the president should get over that.
But what is the harm to our democracy and our polity when the President of the United States continues to promote what would be called in Goering terms or Schnazi terms, a big lie like that to his followers?
Repeat your question one more time for me.
Yeah. So you agree that Trump lost, and we agree.
Yes.
You say he should quote unquote get over it, but he
Yeah.
doesn't. He continues to lie about it. He lied about it throughout the post-election season. He lied about it in such a way that it caused an insurrection at the Capitol to stop the transfer of power. Is that not a deal breaker for you as a citizen of a democracy? Is that not something you would say, this disqualifies this guy in my
Him,
view, as a potential
him,
candidate for office.
him, complaining that or crying that he lost an election and all of that. No, like I
Well,
said, I think the president should get over it. He won in
Wow.
2024 and get
Okay.
on with the business of governing.
he also needs to get over this. He needs to get over this. Okay.
What is this?
This is a picture that Donald Trump decided at 12:30 in the morning, I assume while he's taking a shit, to get on Truth Social and bitch about Time Magazine because it was a really super bad picture. This man needs to get over a lot of shit.
Needs to put a
I
fall on
agree.
it.
Hey, Gov, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What do you think about him pardoning all them crooks that were going to pay up to $1 billion back to the federal government for all their crimes? He pardoned them all the sex offenders, all the ones that cheated out of taxes.
You have
Not to mention
specific
the
names.
violent rioters, 1,600
Oh,
of them.
that even makes me mad.
You have specific names of people that were pardoned for evading taxes.
More than invading taxes, sex offenders, all kinds
Do you
of.
have? Yeah. Do you have names of those people?
Yeah, I can reassure you, Gov, this is a true story. You can look it up.
Do you not believe it? Or are you just
Over
wanting
$1
to drill down
billion.
on one?
I mean, he's throwing out the president pardoned a bunch of sex offenders and people that had evaded taxes and the J6 people. Like some of the pardons, like this individual
here.
pardons that yeah, I may agree. Who is this?
This is
I'm
actions.
gonna put my glasses on.
Trump's pardons cost the U.S. $1.3 billion because of the people that were going to have to
Okay.
pay restitution. And so because of the pardon, they didn't have to pay restitution. And I'll put this link in there. Like, I mean, it's, this is something that, it's like it's out there. We're not just making it up, because that's the effect that has.
I'm
when
not saying you're making.
I'm just saying.
Lying, but I mean, you're asking me, do I agree with the president pardoning people? Like,
No,
I need a little bit of a
he
context.
asked what you thought about it, or at least that was my understanding of his question.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make you feel?
I personally think some of the people shouldn't have been pardoned, and some of them may have deserved a pardon.
No, none of them. Not one. If
Well-
you break the law, you serve the consequences.
It's a pretty political answer. Are you running for office?
Am I running for
that's a
office?
good one,
no,
man.
I don't.
Yeah,
have
that
the-
would be
I don't
worthy
have-
of
I
any
do-
candidate.
I do not have the temperament, and I have a lot of skeletons in my closet that were, pretty much unalive any campaign. I'm more of a behind the scenes guy.
Do you think Trump?
Listen,
has enough intelligence
Trump has a
to-
T-Rex skeleton in his closet. He has a T-Rex in his closet.
Well, hold on.
Bro. The
Tony,
skeletons don't matter anymore.
CK! Tony, go ahead.
My bad.
I'm sorry, I don't usually talk much and it's quick, so if you let me have it, I'm good. You think that Trump has enough legal intelligence to determine who deserves a pardon or not?
I think that the president has advisors that will advise him on who the president should pardon. I think he'll make a decision based on the advisement of his people.
You think
Well,
anybody
no.
would advise
Super quick.
any one of the
There's a-
January 6s?
Yeah,
I
go
say
ahead.
that one more time.
I mean, I think all the January 6s were pardoned. You think a majority of those people were just wrongly convicted?
No, I don't think they were wrongly convicted. I personally think that anybody that breached the Capitol should have been arrested and charged. But if they were outside and they were, peacefully protesting and, yelling and not being violent, then I don't think they should have been arrested. But anybody who
Yeah, I don't
entered the
think-
Capitol
I don't think
and
that's-
went into offices and acted like an asshole should have been arrested. And
That's
anybody
the-
who was threatening harm against government officials, whether they're Democrat or Republican, should be locked up.
Well, so there's a
And
simple
who were
principle
locked up.
that Trump operates. Just super quick, one sentence. There's a simple principle you can understand Trump vis-a-vis the law and how he operates. You know, it's a very simple principle of all fascists. For my friends, anything. For my enemies, the law. That's his principle, and that's how all fascists operate. His friends, January 6 rioters, anything, pardoned. My enemies, Jim Comey, John Brennan, John Bolton, the law. So that's how that works.
I want to point something out real quick. Anybody that was there beyond those metal barricades, even if they were just outside, were actually breaking the law. Here's the statute. This is 18 U.S. Code 1752, restricted building or grounds. Whoever knowingly enters or remains in any restricted building or grounds without lawful authority to do so, and you would generally think that when you see those steel barricades while our government is in there operating, that means you don't pass. So anybody that went beyond those, you would agree, should have been arrested?
Yeah, if they entered a restricted area and told to leave and they didn't leave, lock them up.
Okay. I don't know that they.
If they were simply
Yeah.
standing on the, was it Pennsylvania Avenue, Constitution Avenue, whatever the street is,
Well,
over there
you're
by
right.
the Capitol.
Yeah.
And they're with mega horns or bull horns and got signs. As long as they have permits and they follow the law, then hey, don't lock them up. But if they entered the restricted area, lock them up.
Not only he pardoned them, he gave them jobs with ICE.
He gave them what?
Jobs with ICE. Who do you think ICE is? The militia.
May I speak now, please?
Yes, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Hi, I was just kind of strolling through the app, and I heard or saw about Trump forgiving 1.3 billion, or that was the effect of pardoning these people. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we accept that as fact, what does it cost the U.S. for Biden giving pardon to Hunter Biden, to Anthony Fauci, to Liz Cheney, to Adam Kinzinger? What is that number?
Well, okay, so let's look at those, because it's very few things, right? It weren't as many people. He didn't pardon as many people in that last part. So what was their what was their restitution? Do you know what restitution that they had to pay?
No, there was actually no restitution.
Exactly. So we know what the amount is.
He gave preemptive pardons.
Yeah, we know what the amount is.
was
You
zero.
asked how much it cost, and you just answered your own question. Thank you. That was easy.
No, I actually didn't.
No, you
He
did.
hadn't
Thank you.
preemptively pardoned those individuals.
That was the
How much did it
easiest.
cost?
That was like an air fryer. That was like a instant pot.
With me?
You stepped into the oven and turned on the heat on the way in.
No,
You
brother,
yourself,
I didn't.
and you shut the door behind you, and
No,
then you were like,
I actually did not. He never gave the opportunity for these people to face the music.
"Look,
what
I
did
don't
that
agree with it,
cost?
but it didn't
Because
cost anything.
What now?
It didn't cost.
They weren't
anything.
It
accused of.
actually didn't cost the U.S.
They weren't
anything.
accused of
If they
tax
got a
fraud
pardon, it's
or
square. We're even. If they got the pardon, it's even.
This guy's still in the oven.
Do
I've
you
got you.
understand?
I've
Really,
got
only
you.
one of them
Do you
broke the
understand what
law,
the pardon
and that
means?
was Biden, Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Do you understand what
Get
the
the
pardon
baster
One
out.
guy.
Why is it so hot
Get
in
the
here?
baster out.
How much
Get the
did the
baster out.
government lose off of Hunter? The one that was convicted. You want to
Is
talk
it-
about that?
Are you sweating yet?
What?
I'm not, buddy. I'm actually not. I just want to know. I'm just trying to keep things,
I'm
This is
just
peak
fucking
MAGA
with
right
you.
here.
Real.
This is
I'm fucking with you. I just thought it was funny because you answered your own question, which
No,
which was
I actually
nothing.
didn't. I did not answer my. What does
You-
the pardon mean?
Okay.
Is this
What
guy
does the pardon?
Kennedy?
I don't
What does the
know.
pardon
I
mean?
I don't think he gets it.
I don't think
he
he
gets it.
does. I don't think he does either.
No, obviously you all aren't getting it. What
Okay,
does the
so
pardon
let me
mean?
explain
Bro.
why we're laughing. Okay, the
I know why you're
1.3 the 1.3 billion, right, was because those people that were pardoned had been convicted of something and had to pay back something, a
And there's fines
restitution.
and all that. I get it. I'm
Right,
not
right. Okay, so then in this case, there was no restitution that was required, so it cost
Right.
nothing.
Exactly.
Aside from me bitching about it, because preemptively pardoning somebody, in my opinion, is shitty precedent to set.
Because he allowed them to not face the consequences of their actions. Period.
Well, he
Okay, so
prevented them
let's
from
say-
being.
You
He
can't argue
prevented
that.
He prevented them from being attacked by a man who is currently going through and using the judicial department to go after people.
Oh,
He fired. Listen, he fired
Sir.
prosecutors that said there's no
Sir.
case, and he's like, "Get out of here! You fired!"
Sir.
And he fired them, and then put in somebody
Sir.
who would do exactly what he wanted to
Sir.
do.
That is not true. You have no evidence of that. Those are only words. Those are only
What are
words.
you talking about?
Those
Let me. You want me to
are
pull it?
talking.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
No, they are talking.
Sleeping for a year?
What gave him the right to preemptively pardon these people?
Hold on.
Show me
the
in
Constitution.
history, show
But,
me in history
yeah,
where
the
that's
Constitution.
happened.
But
Point to me when a president.
yeah, let's say
has
we
done
don't
it.
agree with the principle of preemptive pardons. Let's say we
Show
don't
me
agree.
I
with
where
it.
it's
don't.
happened.
I
Let's
don't
take-
agree with it.
Where has it happened in history?
Yeah, I'm
Where
not.
the
I'm not sure I
president
agree
did
with it
this?
either.
Yeah, I don't
When
like
did
it.
it happen?
I didn't
listen,
like it.
listen, bro.
Is
But
there
I
evidence?
understood it. I understood it, but I don't like it.
Is there evidence of it?
Okay,
Where
what crime did
any other
Fauci commit?
president has preemptively pardoned people who
Okay,
are
but yeah,
suspected
fine.
of crimes?
I'm not
Governor,
sure. Right now.
real quick,
But what-
hold on, hold on. Governor, thank you for coming in here, man. I really appreciate you. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I do hope you come back. I hope he heard that. Anyway, CK, I think you had a
The
question.
governor was all right. The governor was good.
I like some
We
of
need to
his
learn how to
ideals.
rotate the damn microphone. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Chief. Yeah, guys, real quick. Chief hasn't said anything yet. Go ahead, Chief.
Well, it's not a big deal because I thought it was an actual governor at first. I was like, oh man, this makes me feel really confident about running for governor of Texas. But I think that was just a random dude, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
he was in favor of Roy Cooper, and I think that's what his profile name was for because it said Governor Cooper.
Okay, right on. Well, I met some cool people who are trying to run for something on your show the other day, actually. So we're gonna squad up and try to get something done.
Good for you.
Okay. Did you want to say anything else?
Me?
I was just hoping to cook that guy a little bit. I was gonna tell him that I'm the real Crow and I'm actually running for governor of Texas, and that I was gonna kind of just ask him some questions from there myself. Be like, hey man, what would it take for you to abandon this guy? What would he have to do? And then I would demonstrate how that's already been done. And
Oh,
join
right.
the rest of us. I would have turned him into a liberal right here in front of
He
everyone.
did it to himself.
Yeah. Okay. So, CK, I think you were going to ask something.
Well, I was going to ask him what crime does Elizabeth? What crime did Anthony Fauci commit?
Lying to the Senate.
Okay, so let's say that that's true.
hmm
If he would be then prosecuted criminally under
Correct.
the U.S. Code, correct?
Correct.
What? And say he's convicted. What would he then have to pay the government?
I have no idea. It all depends upon his
Zero,
sentence.
my friend.
I don't know.
Zero.
that.
He would simply be placed in prison.
Okay.
This is not a crime for which restitution is going to be paid on any level, let alone in the billions.
Can I bring
And
up
the
something?
same is going to be true of everybody else you named.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
If lying to Congress or the Senate was an issue,
I apologize.
if that were the case, then why not during the confirmation hearings of Amy Comey Barrett, Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch, who all swore like the law of the land was, Roe v. Wade, like they wouldn't touch it.
Well, I'm not understanding. What is about Roe v. Wade?
Yeah,
Can you explain that any better?
I didn't understand what question you were making,
Well,
Tony.
because he was saying that Fauci lied in some sort of congressional type thing.
Right.
And that was his big crime, right?
Well, I don't know that that's the only crime that has been alleged, but I know that it is alleged that he lied more than once to
All
the
I'm saying
senators
is
during a hearing.
there's tons of congressional hearings, especially recently and in the past, and I think there's lots of lying going on. So
Okay, I'm not trying to excuse one for the other. I'm just saying that's the thing that, and then the whole January 6th commission got pardons. And why did they get pardoned if they hadn't committed any crimes? Why did they destroy the documentation? All of those kind of things. Why
Well,
did
I
they
can
never-
explain it to you because Donald Trump said he was going to go after them.
No, sir. That makes the president does not have the authority
He's
to just
going
give a,
after them.
sir.
Now he is.
He's going
Sir.
after them.
He's just
Sir.
going after Obama. Same thing.
Sir,
Going after Obama.
there are lots of alleged crimes here. Just like Letitia James, she is supposedly committed the same kind of crime that she said Trump did. The only difference is she's convicted, her ass to go to prison.
It's not the same crime. What are you talking
Those
about?
are the same. they're
No,
all
it wasn't the
financial
same
crimes.
crime.
They're the same. They're the same.
No,
crime.
it's a different crime.
He was accusing him.
No, they're not the same crime.
Sir. she was
Sir,
accusing him
sir,
of
not the same
marking
crime.
She was accusing him of marking up the value of his property. She claimed a residence that doesn't exist. Actually,
That's not
if you
what
want-
happened.
If I can have a moment, actually, she could be charged with bigamy because she says she's married to a father.
Okay, that's ridiculous, first of all. And
Her
second of all,
father
that's
is
not
a
what she's
living
being
at her
charged with. They're claiming
has a-
that she wrote down that she had 2 primary residences.
You can't do that.
She didn't do
You
that.
can't do that for a loan.
She didn't do that. And that's
Sir,
why Siebert,
did they
Eric
indict
Siebert, I want you to hold on, sir. I want you to go Eric Siebert. Look up Eric Siebert, where Trump fired him, said it on Truth Social, not once
I
but
know about
twice,
this.
backed it
I
up
know
and said, he didn't quit. I fired him.
Sir, I
This
know
is the
about
guy
this.
who came out and said there is no evidence
I
to
know
go
all
after
about
Letitia
this, sir.
James. Stop interrupting me,
I know
sir.
about it.
Stop interrupting, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
I
one
know all about
prosecutor
it.
says there's nothing. Another prosecutor says, well, it's a ham sandwich. I can indict them in a grand jury because that's what they do. Sir?
In one of the most liberal districts in Virginia, she was indicted. Period. I don't care what you argue, she was indicted.
Do you know what the process
also
is?
has listed her father as her husband
Okay.
on her mortgage application. Now, who does that? Is she actually living with her father? Really? Is she actually living with her father? Is
I
her
don't know.
father her husband?
Is she?
Is that weird to you?
Is she?
Is that weird to you? at
It's
all?
weird that somebody
Would
is
you
living with
question
their
that?
father.
She
It's
listed
weird
her
that
father
somebody
as
is
her husband on
asking
her
a
mortgage
question like you're
application.
asking.
It doesn't sound like it's a big deal. It sounds like she just wanted him on the mortgage also.
Would you list your mother as your wife?
No, it just
Why would a person do that?
it just sounds like they want
Dear, it
she
doesn't
wanted
matter.
him
Why
on the
would
mortgage.
you do that?
It doesn't sound
Why
like a
would
big
you?
deal.
I know, but why would a person do that? If they aren't
Okay.
contemplating
Are they
a
married?
problem.
Are they married?
I'm sorry?
Are they married? Is she
I have
married
no-
to her father?
I have no clue. She just said that.
Is she married to her father? Well, hold on. You accused her of bigamy. You accused her of bigamy.
Because she
Is she married to her father? Is she married to her father? Yeah, whoa. There's a putting down on her in something that somebody as a spouse doesn't marry you, right?
Can I was about to
Bigamy
correct
requires a
something. May I
marriage.
correct something, please?
Sure, please.
I was assuming she's married now. She may not be. Otherwise, it's an incestual relationship.
Can we go after Pam Bondi because she lied to the Senate when she
Has
did her
she-
confirmation?
If
Can
she
we go
is
after her?
indicted, then we can go after her.
We can go after her because she said that she was not going to prosecute any political enemies. She said that.
So we can't.
So she lied.
No,
Okay.
but I'm just
I just wanted
asking
to-
you,
I
why
wanted to
is
clarify
it
that.
okay for a Democrat to lie on a mortgage application,
Okay.
and not only that, say she's married to her father?
Okay, so
Make
we're
that-
gonna go after
explain
Pam.
that
Is that
to me.
okay with you? Is that okay?
What's that? What's
Is that
that?
okay if we go after Pam? We're gonna go after Pam. Okay.
If
Are
she
you
is
okay with that?
indicted, sir, if she's indicted, then yes, go
Sir.
after her.
Sir.
Let's get him.
Sir.
Let's get him.
If the law is
Sir. Sir. Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir. Sir.
Yes, sir. I'm being respectful.
Sir. Sir.
Sir. Yes,
Sir.
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 Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Would you give me an answer, please?
Sir.
Why is it okay for her to lie on her mortgage application,
Sir.
and say her father is her husband? Give me a reasonable explanation, and maybe I'll accept.
Have you ever checked the wrong box?
Come on, sir. We
Have you
know
ever
we
checked the
have-
wrong box? Are you a perfect person
Sir,
and you've checked the wrong box? Has that ever happened? You asked me a
I-
question, I'm answering it.
Okay,
Have you
I
ever
have
checked
owned-
the wrong boxes? Do you
I
think
have
do you
owned-
think in this realm of all the possibilities that could exist as to why somebody might mark down that somebody is a
Sir?
spec, you think they might have checked the wrong box or put the name
Sir?
in the wrong field? Do you think that's
Sir?
possible? Sir.
Sir,
Sir.
she is a trained attorney. I own multiple properties.
Sir. Sir,
I know
sir,
when I live
sir,
in one and
sir,
I list it,
sir,
whether it's going to be
sir,
my primary residence.
Sir.
Period.
Sir.
We know that.
Sir.
You can't excuse it.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
But by the way, Elizabeth, both
Yeah.
of Bill Pulte's parents, both of Bill Pulte's
I'm
parents
still asking a
claimed
damn
second
question.
home. Go ahead.
Hey, the motherfucker still hasn't answered the question. Is it possible?
Sure it is, but that's not
Thank
what
you.
she did.
Oh, there you
How
go.
fucking hard was that? You,
Well, this guy has emerged.
Hold
Have
on.
you ever have you
This guy
ever
has
owned more than
emerged
one
deep
property
from
and
the
got
bowels of
mortgages on
right-wing
them before?
propaganda.
We
Have
got
you
an
ever
answer.
Have you ever got mortgages on multiple properties?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten mortgages on multiple properties?
Yes.
No. So you don't know what you're talking
Elizabeth,
about.
Elizabeth,
If you haven't.
Yes.
Then you,
both
yeah.
of Bill Pulte's parents and multiple members of the Trump's own cabinet have claimed second homes as primary homes.
Okay.
Should they be indicted?
I'll acknowledge that. If they are indicted,
That's a
then
really
they
good
should be
question.
enforced.
No, should they
period.
be indicted? What's the problem? Why aren't they indicted?
What now? You will have to ask the federal
They've done the
prosecutor
same
that,
thing.
sir.
They've done the same thing that you're accusing Letitia
Then
James of.
if it can be proven,
And
let
why aren't
them
they
do
indicted?
it.
Okay, buddy.
I have a really
You
good
all are
question
just trying to
for
avoid the
Ellis.
reality.
I have a good
Just
question for
admit it.
Elizabeth.
Just admit it. It's just like Fonnie Willis. She said she didn't take money from her boyfriend, yet she gave him a $700,000 contract, and she's the
So-
only person in history that uses cash.
So
to
here's
pay
a
for
really
everything.
interesting question since you're worried about people checking boxes and stuff,
Hey,
right?
This has nothing to do with checking a
No,
box.
but hold on. You're gonna love this one, right?
I know I am.
Is it okay to falsify over 34 business records and get charged for it? How about that question? I've been waiting to ask that from the cheap seats.
Okay, what about it?
What do you mean? What about it, sir?
So
What
you
is-
you
what is
agree?
your point?
You agree?
What is your point, sir?
He's asking you if Trump was properly indicted,
He was
or those
convicted,
were trumped
right?
up charges.
He was convicted.
Yeah, he was
Uh-huh.
actually convicted.
Yeah, so do
Okay,
you
was
Was he
agree?
properly convicted?
Sir, what happened to the
Sir?
conviction and the fine?
Sir.
I think you're jumping.
Supreme
What
Court is
happened
what
to it?
happened.
Yeah,
What
he got
did
elected
they do?
president,
What happened to it? What
and
Well,
he
hold on.
escaped by getting
CK,
elected president.
CK, hold on. Let Elizabeth answer. We asked
what
the
did
question.
the appeals court say? Did they wipe out all the fines?
Oh, okay.
All of the fines
So
wiped out? Were the fines dismissed?
no.
Yeah,
They
because he's
weren't
president. They
Yes,
weren't.
no,
I'm sorry.
that had nothing to do with being president.
You're being
The
more
fines had
dense than a hot air
absolutely
balloon
nothing
right
to do
now. I'm
with his
just telling
presidency.
you.
I'm sorry?
We need to
I
ask.
said you're being more dense than a hot air balloon.
I just
on
like
that.
honesty. Let's be honest. Let's
Well,
be let's be
Elizabeth
honest.
is still in the oven that they closed on
I just
themselves
want you to be
after
honest.
they turned the heat up.
Just
somebody-
tell me.
Yeah, he left his original point
When
behind.
you
You know,
say
the
that
Yeah,
it
he
restitution
did.
thing.
Yeah. Right. We've
He
moved
dropped
on
out.
from that.
He kind of realized.
to be indicted.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Can we talk about Tom Homan?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's talk about Tom
Sure.
Homan. I
I
agree.
want to
That would
talk
be
about
very
Tom Homan.
interesting.
Let's
Why
move
do
on.
you
Okay.
keep jumping to different people? We're talking about Letitia James.
Beat me up, Scotty.
no.
He was
You're
indicted.
talking about Letitia James. You
No,
brought up
you were
Letitia James.
talking about- sir,
You brought up Letitia
what was your
James.
comment
You brought up
about
Letitia
the amount of
James.
money
Anybody else
lost?
hear that meme?
About
It's
the
like
amount
a
of money lost
sailor.
on pardons.
Sir.
So we started talking about all of this, and now you want to excuse a Democrat that accused the
Huh?
president of the same thing.
They aren't even
What?
in
No, she could-
court.
Has
They aren't
she
even
been
in
convicted.
court. Elizabeth,
Has
they
she been
aren't
legally
even in
has she been-
court.
Has she been legally indicted?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So she will face the consequences in court, correct?
Yes. Correct. Yes.
We agree. Perfect.
They may
Yeah.
never even see the jury for this. It may get-
Right.
it may
It's
get
going
dismissed.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Just like the previous prosecutor that
That's-
Trump
you know what?
fired. Hold on, sir. The previous prosecutor was fired because the previous prosecutor said there is nothing here.
They went through 4.
By the way,
That's right.
Prosecutor
He was
Trump
indicted
appointed.
by a federal grand
That's right.
jury. Period.
You can
Okay.
indict
Doesn't matter.
a ham sandwich, and there's a reason.
matter
If a prosecutor
whether-
fails to indict somebody, it's because the
That's a great
prosecutor
standard.
did not want them indicted.
Have you ever sat on a
How many
federal
times
grand
was
jury?
Trump indicted? How many
Have you
times
ever
was Trump
sat
indicted?
on a federal grand jury, sir?
Have you?
Have you?
How many
I
times was
have.
Trump
I
indicted?
have.
So
I
you
have.
are some kind of an expert?
One of
What
the
is it? What is your expertise?
One of the longest serving federal grand juries in the United States.
Then you know how it works. Then you should
I
know.
know
But
exactly
you're
how
sitting
it
here arguing otherwise.
I know how it works. sir.
What was it?
I'm
The
trying to
Hatsfield. What is it? McCoy, Hatfield and McCoy.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah. What was the case?
That's,
What was the
you know,
case?
that's exactly what you all start playing little games and joking.
What was the
with
case,
yourself.
Elizabeth, that you sat on the longest impaneled grand jury? What was the case?
One of the longest. What now?
Well, what was the case?
Do you understand grand juries?
No, I'm
You
asking you what the
you
case was.
understand
Can you
that-
name
you
the?
understand that
Can you
grand
name the
jury?
He's
plaintiff
asking
and the
you what the
defendant?
case was.
Do you
No, we want to know what the
obviously-
case was.
Please,
Have you forgotten, or
please.
it was
would you
such a
stop
long
talking?
time
It's
ago?
getting hot in there.
No.
It's secret.
It's getting
Do you
hot in there.
What was the
understand that
case?
Grand
Oh,
jurors
it's a
are
secret.
sworn to secrecy, right? Do
Okay.
you know that?
Here's the
Do
thing.
you know that? Acknowledge that, right?
You can't name the case?
Okay,
Sir, do you
Elizabeth,
realize you
Elizabeth,
can't name a
Elizabeth,
case if a case doesn't
Elizabeth,
exist, it means
Elizabeth,
the indictments haven't been brought.
Elizabeth, you do understand that a prosecutor can basically indict anybody that they want to. You
We
understand
aren't
this?
talking about that. That has nothing
Yes,
to do with our
because the
conversation.
indictment
It
is
doesn't.
meaningless. That the point
Okay,
is that
so
the
the same
indictment
thing we
is
did- okay.
meaningless. It is the
I will
first step
concede
in
the
a
point.
process.
I will concede the point.
Yes.
You will
Elizabeth,
concede the
how
point
long
that a
was the
prosecutor
grand jury?
did the same
You can
thing
tell
with
us
Donald
that.
Trump, right?
Wait, the concede the point.
prosecutor
What?
did the same thing with Trump, correct?
But
You
then
can
he was
indict a ham
convicted.
sandwich.
He would yes,
You can
that is
indict
correct.
a ham
That is
sandwich,
correct. But then Donald
Sir.
Trump went on to be convicted
Sir,
in a court of law by a jury of his peers.
It doesn't. You're conflating
Yeah,
two different
but-
things.
but-
We're
No,
talking
I'm
about the
not.
indictment.
No,
We're not idiots. We can
Well,
see-
listen,
we can
Elizabeth,
see
hold
the
on.
basis for the
Elizabeth,
case.
hold on,
I've
CK.
destroyed your
Holy
narrative.
fucking shit. No, you didn't, Elizabeth.
Yes, I did.
No, and
Your
I'm going to go ahead.
narrative is-
Listen, you just keep talking. So I'm going to mute you for a second so I don't hear yapping and sir in my ear again for like the 1,000th time. Donald Trump was fucking convicted in a court. Letitia James has not had that process yet. This is the first step. We're not talking about indictments. We're talking about prosecutions. Yes, the person was indicted, but that's meaningless. Was it meaningless when Donald Trump was indicted? Yes. But then he was later convicted. So those are two separate instances. Agree?
And does anybody give a shit if she gets convicted if she actually did something?
I
wrong?
don't.
Nobody-
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That's the
I do
difference
not
between us
give
and
a
you.
motherfuck.
If she committed a crime,
I do
she
not
should
either.
be
I don't care.
convicted.
I don't care.
You can't say that about your dear
I
leader.
do not care. I'm holding you to the same intellectual standard.
Let's move
You
on. To Tom
understand?
Holman.
I can come up with the same arguments that you're coming up with.
Yeah.
That the law they created a
Right.
situation where he would be indicted. You understand that?
Well, look. You haven't
understand the
established any principle
legislature-
that makes any.
You
No.
understand
You
the
haven't established
legislature-
any principle that
Elizabeth,
makes any sense.
Elizabeth.
To say all
legislature-
indictments, all
okay.
indictments are
I
equal
have destroyed
is
your
a
narrative.
nonsense statement.
Elizabeth,
You
you
want me to
came
let-
in
you
here.
want me to
Listen, you came in here and asked
I
how
did.
much money Joe Biden cost the government when they pardoned
Yes,
these
sir.
people, and
I did.
compared it to the $1.3 billion that
I
Trump
did.
cost us. And you answered
I
your
did.
own question when you
I
said the
did.
restitution
I did.
was $0, and then you proceeded to say that you destroyed our narrative.
I
Yet
did.
you crawled into
No,
the
sir.
fucking oven after
No,
you
sir.
turned it on yourself and
No,
shut the
sir.
door, and you were like, "I got you,
No,
I
sir.
got you." Like
You're wrong.
Yeah, then
You are
he
being
pivoted to
intellectually
Felicia.
dishonest.
And then you
because
pivoted to
hold Donald
Letitia
Trump
James.
to a different
This
standard.
is annoying.
You
This
cannot
is literally
do
a Hansel
anything.
Gretel situation at this point.
You believe there's a boogeyman behind every tree.
Elizabeth's
And you
like,
only hold Trump to that standard.
Elizabeth's like, you can't come in here because I'm only in here. Why is it getting so hot? Oh, why am I sweating?
And you want to know what's funny about the boogeyman? When you know the boogeyman doesn't exist, they're not scary at all. You have nothing to fear.
You
Only
know,
the gullible people believe in the boogeyman, right?
now we know why you were in the longest running grand jury thing ever.
No, one
Look,
of.
stick them up in a
It was
filibuster.
one of the longest.
Put them
It was
up
one
for
of
a
the-
filibuster.
I have a
I bet
question
they'll
for
keep it
Elizabeth.
going.
If you
Can't
believe
win an
that one,
argument.
Hey,
Okay,
Liz,
okay,
You can't win an
okay,
argument.
okay,
And then you start
okay.
laughing among
Oh,
if you
yourselves.
believe
All right,
that
all
one,
right, everyone. Whoa, guys, I can't fucking hear anything. I heard my name. Who was that, and what do you want? I heard my names. Yes.
it's Highbury.
What's up?
It's Toolbox.
What's up?
It's Toolbox.
Yes. Toolbox, welcome in. What's up?
Thank you, man. I have a question for Elizabeth. They won't name the grand jury. They're claiming confidentiality, but there's nothing confidential about saying how long was this grand jury you served on?
There is nothing wrong with that. I didn't.
How long
disclose-
was it?
I didn't disclose any details of the grand jury proceedings.
How long was it?
2 years.
Well, since many have gone as long as 3 years, you obviously aren't on the long.
Sir, it is impossible.
Do you want me to name them? Because I'm
You
sitting
can-
here
it
looking
is
at
impossible.
cases that have gone
A
3
grand
years
jury
long.
can be extended up to 2 years.
A
period.
grand jury can last 3
Period.
years, and I'm a
Federal grand
Canadian.
juries, sir.
Tell us the case.
I'm Canadian, and I know that, Elizabeth.
Sir,
so you should
you are
learn about
wrong.
American law
A federal-
before you cite
sir,
facts.
You are wrong. A
Elizabeth,
federal
you know
grand
how to-
jury can be impaneled for 2 years. The one
Elizabeth.
who's asking to name the case, it is impossible to name a case in a grand jury proceeding.
Okay.
It is against the law. It is a federal law.
Do you know?
Do
Do
you
you know how to
understand
prove some? Do you know how to bring proof? Do you know how to bring sources? Do you know what that is?
Bring sources?
Yeah, bring a source. Back
Bring
up
a
your
source?
claim.
What claim? What claim are you,
You know,
talking about,
if
man?
we're
One
gonna,
you're
if we're,
claiming.
if we're gonna tell tales, if we're gonna tell tales about how long things are, I got a doozy for you.
Okay.
Where's this going, Tony?
Okay, so this is a stupid conversation, honestly.
I agree.
And
I agree.
well,
get this story, you make
of
stupid
course,
conversation.
the person centered around the stupid conversation would agree.
I agree.
Now-
It's stupid conversation because that's where you all go when you can't concede
No,
a point.
don't.
You brought Elizabeth. You brought us here. You
Yes, sir, I did, sir.
brought us
Yes, sir, I
here.
did.
Yes,
But
you
you're
brought
not
us. Hold on, you brought us to your level and then beat us with your stupidity. I agree.
Sir,
That's
you are
exactly.
destroyed
You are
intellectually.
much better at being stupid than we
Sir.
are, and we're
Sir.
bow to your
I
stupidity.
destroyed
You
your-
win.
I destroyed it. Thank you.
Yes,
I
you
did.
win. You are the
So
you
go
are
ahead and do what you wanna
you
do.
are the arbiter of all that
Handle
is
the truth.
stupid. I agree.
The truth is hard to handle.
Yeah,
Open
well,
and close
actually,
case.
the host is quoting Mark Twain. The host is quoting Mark Twain.
it really doesn't
Mark Twain
matter.
said, "Never
You
argue
all
with
are
an
wrong.
idiot.
You are wrong.
They will drag you down to their level and
I
beat you
have,
with
I
experience."
have literally destroyed
Yes.
the argument.
Yes.
Elizabeth, thank you for destroying us. Now you can go to another room and destroy them.
You-
Thank you.
Yes.
I think you destroyed.
You
a few of
are
my
a
brain
winner.
cells with that dribble.
And you know what? I gotta say, let me real quick.
It is always good to destroy a Democrat.
This is yes.
Now, if you want to give me, if you want me to give a
Everybody,
personal
Elizabeth,
opinion,
let's hear it for
I think
Elizabeth.
The Democrat
Let's
Party
hear it for
should be
Elizabeth.
You won.
designated
You
as a
finally won
domestic
something.
terrorist
Yes.
You finally won
And
something
every
in your life.
time, so now that you're done talking, there's one thing that comes to mind.
What you
Yes,
just
sir.
said is one of the most
Yes, sir.
insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone
Okay,
in this
thank you.
room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no
Thank you.
points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Alrighty
Thank
then.
you.
Oh
Thank
shit!
you.
I might be dumber, but I feel smarter actually. So
Let me ask you, which one of
cheers to
you
that.
gentlemen on the panel have ever been pregnant?
Ever been
I
president?
feel pregnant.
I'm
now.
the president. Oh, pregnant?
Pregnant. Yes.
Well, I have been with a pregnant woman.
Well,
No,
he's going
I
to
asked
tell us
which
he's
of you
been
have
that
ever been
too.
pregnant. How is
I-
that possible?
I can honestly say I've never
How
been
is it
pregnant.
possible, sir?
That
How is
I've
it
been.
possible?
Wait, how is it possible that I've been with a pregnant
what?
woman?
That a man be pregnant.
I didn't say that.
Please don't tell me he's pivoting to some
Democrats
sort
say
of
that men can
trans.
have
I didn't
babies.
say that.
Please don't.
No,
What the
Tanya
heck?
Please
Brown.
don't.
Okay.
Tanya Brown didn't know the
Elizabeth,
definition of a woman.
Elizabeth, you need to listen. You need to
I am
listen.
listening.
No,
Wait,
no,
but
no.
we've
You
had your
didn't.
knowledge. You've blessed us with your correctness and your rightness and your brilliantness. So
Yes.
please,
Yes, ma'am.
we can't get any smarter from what
One
anything
more
else that you
thing.
have to say. So it's okay.
One
It's
more
okay.
thing.
You
What
can
are
go
your
ahead and go
ideas
to another
about the
one.
Supreme Court hearing today?
About the Supreme Court hearing, well, you know,
Yeah.
we knew racism would come back when we didn't defeat them all and just force them into oblivion back during the Civil War. We knew that they would come back. They just were like cockroaches. They all crawled up underneath their little fucking rocks and they waited until your orange sky daddy came about to empower them to come out.
Sir.
And here we are. A bunch
Sir,
of
the
white
Supreme
people,
Court-
these fucking black people are treating us like shit. They're being so mean.
What part of the hearing did that occur in?
The whole case.
Explain it to me.
It's a bunch of
Explain your
white
position.
people that sued because of racial prejudice.
Sir, you are incorrect.
Sir,
Elizabeth,
sir.
are white people the real victims of racism in America today?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Hey, you're
He's
starting to
he's
come out
self-conscious
of
to know not to.
you're starting to come out of the oven.
Tell me what part of the Supreme Court hearing today that you disagree
Keep coming. Keep coming out.
with. What did you disagree with today?
You have to have somebody with a little bit of
What do you want what do you want to say? Yeah.
I want you to tell me what part you disagreed with today. You started
I
screaming
want you
racism.
to make a point.
What part did you disagree with?
I want you to make a point.
I'm asking you. the
No,
question.
I want you to make a
went on
point.
about racism.
No.
What part did
You brought this
disagree
up.
with?
I would
I did.
wait, Elizabeth. Okay,
did. No,
all
you don't
right.
know- you don't-
Okay, I'm muting Elizabeth again. Elizabeth, you brought this up out of nowhere. I didn't bring it up. I brought up racism because you brought up this fucking Supreme Court case. You tell us what point you wanted to make when you brought this up, and then we can talk about that. But I'm not gonna play your little game. I'm not your monkey. All right.
Lib, I think you might have to explain to them what the difference between a point and a question is.
I asked a question. What part of the Supreme Court?
I'm
hearing
not
they
your
were-
monkey. I don't
you don't
perform
know.
for you.
You're
I
lying.
do not perform for you. Make your point or move
Okay,
to
my
a different
point is-
topic.
My point is, you all are here bloviating and commiserating, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's my point.
I get it. I get
You're
it.
just
You need
displaying
attention.
the ignorance of the
You need
Democrat
attention.
Party.
Wait, you need attention. I get it. You need friends. I
What you
get
just
it.
said
No,
is one
hi.
of the
Bro, you
most
haven't said
insanely
anything.
idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to
course
it.
you think
I award
that.
you
Of
no
course.
points.
No points.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
On your soul. May
sir.
God
you haven't
have
said anything
mercy
intelligent
on
since you got on
your
the
soul.
Anybody
What
want to
part
bet
was
he learned those
racism
words out of a
today, sir?
fortune cookie?
What part was
Elizabeth.
racism today? Why do you think it was racism?
Elizabeth
Would you please tell me?
has entered the
Elizabeth,
twilight
you
zone.
explain to me what was racist today. I would love to
Elizabeth,
know
can
a
I
Democrat's
ask?
perspective.
Can I ask? Can I do it, please? Can I ask him a question, please, Elizabeth?
Yes.
You won't get an
What
answer.
Elizabeth? What is your question? What's the point you were trying to make? This is going around in circles, man.
I was asking the host what part of today's hearing was racism. He said it was a racist argument today. Which part?
No, you brought up the Supreme
I
Court.
did.
man.
I agree. I did. And then he responded and he said racism. And I
Let's
asked him
forget
which
what he
part was
said.
racist.
Let's
That's
forget
all I
what he
asked.
said. Just cut to the
Just
chase.
what
What was your
part was racist?
What was your
Please,
original point?
That is my point. What part of
So you have
today's
no
hearing
point.
was racist?
So you have no point.
You brought it up.
I did, sir. What
Yup.
part was racist? You responded. You said
I
it was
already
racist.
answered the question,
What
but you
part was
didn't
racism,
fucking
sir?
listen. And I am
No,
sick
sir.
of hearing you say,
What part was
sir.
racism today?
It's become annoying. It
You
was
said
funny
it was
for about
racism.
7
You don't know,
sirs
do you?
from my side.
You're bloviating. You're bloviating.
Okay.
You have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
don't even know what the
None of
court case was about because
Okay,
if you think
You
that
don't
what
know
I
what
said
the
was
court-
incorrect, then you didn't listen to the court
Obviously,
hearing.
You do not know the court case today.
Okay.
And all you can say about everything
Okay.
is racism or Donald Trump.
Okay.
You have no other argument. You have
Elizabeth.
proven it.
Elizabeth,
Okay.
Elizabeth,
Yes, sir.
there's like 8 other people here, man. How about
I
explain-
understand. Any of
So
you
how
have
about-
I don't
any
think
of
you
you
do understand, Elizabeth.
answer. Anybody
Oh, but
answer.
Elizabeth, wait, listen. Elizabeth, what's my name? My real name.
I don't know. I have no idea. your name.
But no, what's my name?
Ma'am, I said I do not know your name.
But no, I want you to tell me, what's my name?
Ma'am,
Tell
I
me.
do not
What-
know your
no,
name.
But tell me my name. What is my
Ma'am,
name?
I do not know your
I
name.
don't care. Tell me my name.
Ma'am, I do not know your name.
You know what to see now. You
I am
understand.
trying to prove a point, and you're not.
I don't
not-
think he's going to get the point
You
here.
just
He's
don't
too
know
obtuse.
anything.
Ma'am,
He's too
what-
obtuse.
Now you know what it feels like.
what part of
Exactly.
today's proceedings in the Supreme Court was racist?
That wasn't your original question.
That is my question now.
As soon as
went
you
off
tell
to
me
the
my
Supreme
fucking
Court.
name,
What?
I will
Now
tell
you're
you.
searching for it. I see
As
what
soon
you're
as you
doing.
tell-
You aren't hiding.
as
You don't
soon
know
as-
shit. Admit it.
We don't know shit because you
don't
won't
know
repeat
shit.
the damn question.
You
All
don't know my
you are
name.
is a bunch
You don't
of
know my name.
commiserating
You don't know
bloviators.
shit. You don't know shit. You don't know my name.
Elizabeth,
do
can
you
I ask you a
shit?
question?
Ma'am, what was the Supreme Court about today? What part of it was
Tell me my
racist?
name. Tell me my
What
name first,
part
and then
was
I'll tell you.
racist?
Wait,
I'm not
okay,
playing your
it's a
game.
bunch of white people suing because of a
Okay.
fucking
Oh, now
congressional
you've gone to do your
district.
research.
Because of a
Sir,
congressional
you do
district.
not know what the fuck you're talking about.
Elections.
Admit you are a bunch
And
of
see,
dumbasses.
look, no. So
Not
look,
a single
I want
one of you.
to point out what
Not a
happened.
single-
Hold on, shut up. I want to point out what just happened because I said this earlier, but because Elizabeth doesn't listen, the moment I started explaining why this had to do with race, because it does, that case today does. We talked about it this morning. Elizabeth started interrupting, getting louder, getting very pissed off because Elizabeth thought I was stupid. And then when I basically showed this person that I'm not, they started getting pissed because now they know that they don't have a leg to stand on. Elizabeth believes everybody around them
lying.
is a fucking
You do not
idiot.
know shit. You
But
had to go look
Elizabeth,
up, you dumbass
what do you mean?
motherfucker.
We talked about it this morning. What are you talking about?
You are a bunch of ignorant fucks.
We talked
That's
ab-
what Democrats are.
Look, you know what?
You
Hold
have
on,
no
guys.
argument.
Said nobody else
You
jump
have
in
no
here.
argument.
Let
Everything
Elizabeth
is dumb as
crash
fuck. Everything's dumb as fuck.
out so I can clip it. It's 2 hours and
Admit
21
your
seconds.
ignorance. Admit your ignorance.
This is a classic
You had
MAGA
no
spurg
idea.
out. So.
Oh, it's a crash out.
The
And see,
entire group. And
this
I don't
is
even
the
know who
second
you are,
one today.
But you're all dumb.
Hey, Elizabeth, can I
This is
ask
the,
you
hold
one
on,
question?
whoa. This is the second one today, Elizabeth. See, this happened earlier too. Whenever I'm fucking made that person look stupid, they got pissed off. Even dropped the N word. I'm still waiting for you to do that. Are you going to do that, or you're
Can
just
I
going to crash out?
Ask him a question.
No reason for me to do that, sir.
Well, you just crashed
You're
out.
all lying.
Do it again.
You are lying. You
Do
are
it again.
Elizabeth, can I ask you a
and
question?
bloviating bullshit.
Bloviating. I read my dictionary and I got to the B's and it said bloviating. And I'm like, that's a fun word. Let me use it at the next TikTok panel that I go to. The own's bloviating.
Destroy your ass.
My B word is balls.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Admit it, you're a bunch of
I have a
weak
serious question
losers.
for you. How many
Yes.
fortune cookies and calendars with word of the day do you own? Because it seems like you're pulling these out of the fortune cookie every time or off your calendar.
I agree that it seems like that to you, sir.
No, it doesn't seem like
Yes,
that.
it does.
My name
You haven't
literally
been able
says
to-
madam in the title,
You've
but
not
okay.
been able to argue an intellectual point. You don't
Because
know
you've been talking. Listen,
Not a
listen,
single one of you.
listen, Elizabeth, I have a lot of capacity for thought, but I don't use it on dumb fucks like you. I just don't. And at this point, I'm just going to call you what you are, which is a fucking idiot, because that's what you are. You come up here, you immediately, right off the bat, cooked yourself. And they got mad that we called you out on it and started laughing about it because it was fucking stupid. And then you continue to do that, and now you're pissed. And it's annoying at this point. If you have something else of substance that you want to add, that's fucking fine. But at this point, you are a fucking idiot, and that's
I
it.
know you think that, but I have destroyed your asses.
Okay.
Elizabeth,
Exactly what
Elizabeth,
I was
can you,
saying.
Yes.
So you
Elizabeth,
can
can I
utilize
ask
your
you a question,
control and your
please?
power. It's all you
Can I
have
ask
is
you a
Clap for
question,
Elizabeth.
or
Elizabeth,
block me.
Good job,
Elizabeth, do you know what a
Like the
pigeon on a
choice,
chessboard is?
not a one-eyed
Elizabeth, have you ever heard of a pigeon on a chessboard?
None of you could debate anything.
Elizabeth, do you like Chinese food?
It's all demonstrative of the Democrat Party.
I got to the
Here we go,
D's. I
another
got
big
to the
word.
D's and I said demonstrative. And then I had to go to the Googles
Democrat
to figure
Party
out how to pronounce it.
has the
And it
lowest
said,
intelligence of any group around.
Elizabeth,
You are
can I,
ignorant people.
Elizabeth,
I'm not
can I be
saying
your
you're
friend?
stupid. I'm saying you're ignorant.
Elizabeth, can I be your friend?
You can be an
I
acquaintance.
don't think you're stupid enough to
But
be
can you-
Elizabeth's friend.
But no. I mean, if you, I'll be there. I'll be there if you need someone to talk to. I'll be your friend.
I don't need a friend, ma'am.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Why's your name Elizabeth?
Why would you ask me such an insulting question? Can't you accept that? Why
Yeah,
would
Why
you
is
attack
your
me that
name
way with a
Elizabeth?
question? Why would you attack me that way with a question?
It's a baiting name.
Wait, somebody
Why would
attacked.
you
Wait,
do
wait, wait,
that?
wait, wait, wait. Somebody
you guys,
attacked you? Did somebody attack you?
Just
Wait,
the fact I'm
asking
not-
you why you named yourself Elizabeth on TikTok is an attack?
Did I say I
Are
named
you that
myself?
weak?
Did I say that?
Are you that
Why
victimhood?
would you ask
You're-
a man?
You're always picking
Have
on
I
me.
asked any of you what your name? Why you named yourself something?
Okay, Sue.
What is the relevance of that question?
I'll tell you why.
It doesn't matter, but you immediately took it as an attack.
It's bigotry.
Okay.
Elizabeth, I would like to ask you, what about the proceedings today? Because I was not following it. If you could just tell me from a knowledgeable point that you know what happened today, just tell me what happened, because I wasn't following it at all.
Well,
This
then
is my first time on TikTok today. So.
There is a lot that you can read about the Supreme Court argument today about the voting district in Louisiana.
Well, that's not
And
what
the
you were asked.
implications and the implications it could have for the entirety of the United States.
Okay, explain. You claim to have read about it. Explain it to everybody.
I've never said I read.
And if you
but
don't, I
explain it to
will.
you. I will explain it to you.
Okay, let's hear
There
it.
was an argument in Louisiana about redistricting.
Uh-huh.
So Louisiana is arguing that they can redistrict and not take racial issues into consideration.
No.
If the Supreme Court agrees, it will have implications for exactly what happened in Texas and what will happen across the United States. If Louisiana prevails, they are saying that Republicans will gain at least 19 seats.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah, okay, that's bullshit. So what these
No, it's
what the plaintiffs are arguing is reverse discrimination, because back in 2022 there was a case that said that they redistricted incorrectly, so they redid it and it offered another black district that was had majority black people in it, and these white people got pissed and called it reverse discrimination,
That
and
is
that's
not
what they're
true.
suing over. Yes, it is true.
The state did
It
not
But
is
thank you,
true.
Elizabeth. Thank you for
Not
your
people.
knowledge on it.
The state of Louisiana.
It was a bunch of white people.
It was the state of Louisiana,
Okay.
sir.
Yes,
Right.
bunch of white people.
Don't.
They got mad
make
about it.
out to
They
be
called it.
something
They're
that it
arguing
isn't.
reverse discrimination against white people.
Which is an
That is a
That's
lie.
what they're arguing.
That is a lie.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Anybody
Yes, it
ever
is.
seen that
No, it isn't.
SpongeBob episode with the
Yes, it
wallet?
is.
And they're
Go
like,
read it
this
again.
Hold on a second, people.
That's him.
I would say.
Elizabeth,
all
have you
need to
have you
read.
ever been wrong, Elizabeth?
Rarely,
Okay.
Rarely.
because I'm
Right there.
because I'm learned and I'm smart.
Okay,
Well, Elizabeth,
this is
Elizabeth,
way-
Elizabeth, I want to
You all
point something
can't
out.
compare.
Elizabeth, I want to point something out. When everybody around
sir.
you all the time is stupid, in your opinion, you're the stupid one.
I'm usually the smartest in the room, sir.
And that makes you the
Oh,
stupidest
so
one
you
of
admit
all.
You're the only one that's ever in the room, then,
Do
right?
you
And
know?
what did you say earlier, Liv? That
Elizabeth,
if you're
Elizabeth, have you ever heard of the
if you're
Dunning-Kruger effect?
Let me ask you this:
That's a good one.
What is the
Elizabeth,
largest
do you
voting
know what
bloc in the
the
Democrat Party? What is the
Elizabeth,
largest
do you know what the
voting
Dunning-Kruger
bloc?
effect is?
What is the largest voting bloc in the Democrat Party?
Elizabeth, do you know what the
is the
Dunning-Kruger
largest
effect
voting
is?
bloc in the Democrat Party, sir?
That question doesn't even
What
make any
is the
sense. Do
largest
you know what the
voting bloc? Someone
Dunning-Kruger
tell me,
effect is?
please.
I do.
The largest voting bloc in the Democrat Party. What is it?
Somebody.
He
There's
doesn't
no
know.
such
He doesn't
thing
know.
as the Democrat
It is
Party.
a- it is a
Elizabeth,
monolith. What is it?
Elizabeth, there is no such
The
thing as the
largest
Democrat
voting bloc
Party.
in the Democrat Party is what?
Elizabeth, you are not very intelligent if you think there is such a thing as the Democrat Party. That's not a thing.
Yes, it is, sir.
No. Duh.
Yes, it is, sir.
Duh.
Democratic?
Did you use the juice?
I said Democrat Party.
There is no Democrat Party.
Democratic.
There is a
I
Democrat
see.
Party.
Democratic.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
sir.
so intelligent
There's nothing democratic
and I'm
about the
lazy,
party.
so I just cut the
There's
fucking word off
nothing
because that
democratic.
it it
There's
just felt
nothing
it.
democratic about the Democrat
DKB.
Party.
DKB. Did you hear the original story of how Dunning-Kruger's effect came to be?
The origins of the theory? No, you can explain.
Okay,
But I know
well,
what it
there's
is. I don't think Elizabeth does. That's the irony here.
Yeah. In
You all
19
choose your presidential candidates without an
Okay,
election.
Elizabeth, listen. Okay, so in 1995, a man went in, no mask. He went into a bank, robbed it with gunpoint, looked up at the camera, smiled, took the money, went right back home, and got comfortable. Right? The police came. They're like, "What the heck? He didn't use a mask or nothing." So this is a true story. Okay, so they come and they arrest him at his house. He's like, "What the heck? How'd you find me?" They're like, "Well, you smiled at the camera." He's like, "But I used the juice." And they're like, "What?" And he said because he used, and this is a true story, I'm telling you. He said he used lemon juice because he heard that lemon juice, it makes you blind to cameras. And he tested it out on a Polaroid picture and it worked. So the thing is they're saying you have to be smart enough to know that you're not smart enough to know.
You have to
Or
be
in other
smart
words,
enough
you're
to
too
know what
stupid.
you don't know.
Yes.
Or the dumbest person is the most confident in their opinions.
That's
is another way of putting
absolutely. Yeah, when you
What is
think
the largest
everywhere you
voting
go,
bloc of
you're
the
the most
Democrat
intelligent person in the
Yes,
room,
sir.
it's because you're the
Yes,
idiot.
sir.
And
I am the most
when
intelligent in
everybody's
this room.
laughing at you about it and
Let me ask you,
consistently telling you
what
that,
is the
When,
largest
when you're
voting
too,
you might
when you're
want to
too
listen to
stupid,
them.
when you're
Would
too
you ask
stupid
me-
to know that you
Would
are
you
too
answer me,
stupid
please?
to know.
What is the largest voting bloc in the Democrat Party?
I don't know because there is no such thing as the Democrat Party.
Yes, sir, there is.
No, there
That's all
isn't.
you are.
There is a zero voting block in the Democrat Party.
Be a little bit
Yes,
more
sir, there
specific.
is.
Elizabeth. Are you talking a demographic? Are you talking about a demographic
Elizabeth,
category?
are
Are
you
you talking
around
about
What
a
is the largest
political?
voting bloc in the Democrat Party?
That's a dumb question. It's a
No,
dumb
sir, it
question,
isn't.
Elizabeth. It can't be answered
What is it?
until you
Identify
become
it.
a little
You
more
know the answer.
specific.
You know the answer.
Are you talking
You're
about a
afraid to say
demographic
it.
group?
You are ashamed to say.
Just let
Acknowledge
her
it.
fool us.
Acknowledge it.
Are you going to get at some sort of racist
Acknowledge
theory
it,
here
please.
about who votes for
I'm
Democrats? Is
only
that what you're getting
talking
at?
factual here, sir.
You know who's got the largest blockhead in the Republic?
Well, why even bring it up? Because it's a random thing to bring up in the middle of what we're talking about.
You want to
And
control my thought.
It's just,
sir.
it's sort of a
Elizabeth,
Rorschach of your mindset.
This is exactly what happens with you people.
You people. Who's you people? Who's all people?
You people.
You
I have a question
people.
for Elizabeth.
You are an ignorant
You
bunch
people.
of people.
Lib, I have a question for
You have
Elizabeth.
less than 30% acceptance rate in this country. No
If
one
Elizabeth
wants to
ever
be
stops
around
talking
you.
That
to you,
actually,
The Democrat Party is somewhere
Elizabeth.
between-
Okay, listen, our low acceptance rating and our low approval rating of our fucking party actually proves that we're more intelligent than the rest of you because we know when to call somebody out and say, hey, you're wrong. But you guys are like, oh, on Sky Daddy, on Sky Daddy told me something and I gotta believe it.
Democratic Party ratings are low because many Democrats disapprove.
Let me ask a
Yeah.
question.
Did
Elizabeth,
you hear me? Your
what-
approval
what
rating is somewhere between gonorrhea and syphilis.
listen,
No, that is
you ever
pretty,
stop talking?
that's pretty good.
This guy.
Or
That's
you
pretty
just
good,
have to
Elizabeth.
hear your own voice? Is your whole purpose to just hear your own
Two
voice?
things
Elizabeth?
I'm sure Trumpito
My-
has had many times.
My purpose
Elizabeth,
is to destroy every
So here's my
fucking
question.
Democrat's idea.
Since you know
because it's
everything,
bullshit.
Elizabeth, what was the case today before the Supreme Court?
You can read that. I've already explained
What
enough.
was the
Let me
name
ask
of the
you this.
case?
Are you a
Since
man?
you know everything.
Are you a man, sir? Have you been
My
pregnant?
gender has nothing to do
How
with
many
it. Do you,
times have
what
you ever
was the
been
case?
pregnant? Where will the baby come
He's spiraling.
from? Can
He's
men
spiraling
become
now.
women?
He's
Elizabeth
spiraling
doesn't
now.
know
He's
the case
definitely
that was
spiraling.
before the
Do
Supreme
you
Court.
agree with illegal immigration?
Hey, hold on, wait, everybody, hold on. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on. There you go. That's for you.
Yep.
Why don't
Now-
you put that pitch up, Tim? The guy with the guy with.
I don't think I downloaded it, but my God, would that be very appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that
Why
shit.
do you all not think people should come into our country legally? Why do you fight for people to come in?
Okay, why do you assume? Why do you assume that everybody on this panel believes one thing? Because nobody has said a fucking word about it. That means you just aren't very smart when you walk in there and assume you know everything about everybody that's surrounding you. What the fuck is your deal? Or you have to be trolling at this point, right?
He doesn't even know the name of the case.
Sir, it's because Democrats are ignorant people.
Okay.
You're the ignorant one.
Do you?
don't
Okay,
know the
hold
name
on,
of the
hold on.
case.
Do you have anything else to offer aside from that? Because honestly, I'm just getting like, look, you've fucking pushed half the people out of this room because we're now dumber for having listened to you for the last
You are weak
fucking
mentally.
half hour, 40
You
minutes.
are weak. You are
Okay.
a weak people.
Just don't
Okay.
waste the space.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. It was
I was going to use one joke on him before he left. Shit. I'm
Yeah.
just going to ask
That
what
was- That's ridiculous.
That was crazy.
Maybe I think that
classic
was maybe
pigeon on a chessboard, man.
20
That was
minutes
classic.
too far. Lesson learned.
His dad should have pulled out for sure.
We were defeated, guys. We were defeated with experience. Is exactly what just happened. That's what.
Yeah.
The experience
I think
of
his dad
living
did pull
your
out.
whole fucking life as a dumbass. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. I've got to say, if he thinks that all of that amounted to him destroying your ass, he's never satisfied a woman in his life.
Oh, woo! Get him, John.
I mean, really, what a joke.
That was pretty stupid. Like I now feel stupider. Yeah.
Yeah. My head hurts.
on every turn. we feel
Every
stupid.
turn. Yeah. Motherfucker walks in and says, "How much does it cost for Joe Biden?" And I'm like, "Well, how much restitution was owed?" "Nothing." "Well, then how much did it cost, you fucking idiot? You came in here and answered your own question." Holy shit.
I've been on a panel with him 3 times. He does this every single time. It's literally.
Oh,
the
really?
same- Yes, it's the same exact talking point. And then when you won't acknowledge him, he throws out the "what is a woman" argument. Like this, like stop doing this.
Where does that go? Where does that go
Ugh.
with the men?
He's still pissed at me for getting him too. I got him on a panel the other day. I pissed him off so bad that he crashed out and then just like left and said someone kicked him. You know how they are.
Oh, I kicked that motherfucker because I'm just annoyed at this point. Like, that's just.
I mean, you can only go in a
Look,
circle.
we
so
went from
fast.
100 viewers to 50.
Yeah.
That was
I'm brain dead
dumb
now.
shit. Yeah, no, it was seriously stupid shit, and I should have kicked him like 30 minutes
He
ago.
was also. I think he was really dishonest as well. I don't think he answers questions honestly.
No.
Gonna go to another
an
panel
answer.
and say he schooled us to watch.
Yeah, and real quick, we've gone through 40 minutes of dumbassery, so let's get to tapping, guys. Let's tap the stupidity out of us. Do it on the screen. Let's get those fucking likes up to 50,000. We'll feel less stupid once we get there. I promise. And you can get your money back if it doesn't happen, okay? So we also have a gifting goal of 50 Golden Gloves. I have 34, so if you want to support the show and to rid yourself of stupidity, please gift. Now, I make no promises about that not giving, getting rid of the stupidity that we just witnessed, but it can help, maybe.
Well, you were in pretty good comedy form. I got to say that, Tim.
That shit was, I don't know, man. I had to do something because it was just, you meet ridiculous with ridiculous. I felt like I was doing that. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it wasn't worth there was no gravitas. It wasn't worth anything but comedy.
I feel like if it had just been me and this person, it would have been more fun for me to just, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I now don't even know what the fuck to talk about because that was so ridiculous. Anyway, somebody go throw something out there. Shit.
Well, I have an answer for the woman. What is a woman? Question. What is a woman? All right.
Let's hear it.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fucking shit. Jesus.
That's a good answer.
Why do they keep on asking that stupid question?
It's their cop out. They basically think it makes them look smart. Being a trans person, I'm going to tell you right now, that's literally what they always do as a cop out. Because if they catch the wrong person with that, then they automatically are like, see, I'm smarter than you, but they didn't answer anything else. It's literally the cop out they do.
Yeah.
I think it's the substitute for attacking gay folks, LGBTQ folks, which was a propaganda war that they were waging through many election cycles, but that failed because ultimately approval, general American, people just morally just were against that. But so they found a subgroup, another group much smaller that they could substitute, that they could attack, that had less. Fewer of us know a trans person or have a trans relative or a trans coworker that we know. So it's an easier target for them. It's also part of their general propaganda strategy. Just rile up the base around a non-issue so that they can exploit them economically.
It's a far
asking,
more.
What is a woman? While they can't afford health care and their rent is too high, but they're concerned about what is a woman. It's a created issue for propaganda purposes.
And then just a little side note, I think they want to see more woman presenting men in their bathrooms. That's what they want. They just want women-looking men going into their bathrooms. That's what.
Or they're sick. They're sick of feeling worried about meeting the men on Grindr, so they want to look down their pants in the bathroom. Maybe that's what it is. They're just like, if I get to check these people, I don't have to go on Grindr. I can just do it right here in the bathroom. Fucking sick bastards.
Did anyone notice how sensitive he got about his name when someone challenged him on his, why was he?
I asked him what his name
He
Elizabeth
did that on
was.
purpose. It was on purpose. Yeah, because I noticed DJ was in the comments saying she, and I'm like, this person has never once pushed back on it. I am assuming that this is a rage baiter. That was my thought. And then it turns out when somebody asked him, yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
It probably was.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you're such a bigot. And he immediately went to that because he thought it was going to win him an argument. Stupid
This
shit.
is my first time ever being on a live.
Oh, well, welcome aboard. Who was that?
Ron.
Oh, Ron, have you spoken yet?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Okay.
I'm the one that asked him about Elizabeth.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I thought it was somebody else. That's funny. That's funny. No, well, welcome aboard. Thank you for choosing Liberal Loudmouth to be your first time.
Yeah, first time ever.
Sweet. Have you seen the show before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I watch it all the time.
Well, I appreciate that. Good looking out. We can actually go back to the original point here, which was the fact that now dude's wanting to boom in Venezuela. Land strikes. Like, do you think it's that he wants somebody to attack us and he's trying to do little things to goad somebody into attacking us? Or
Well, I was gonna challenge you on that. He loves war and killing. I think he loves money and status and power, and whatever augurs towards that, he'll pursue it. I think that's his fundamental motivation. I think that underlies everything else. If that means people are going to be unalived, so be it. He doesn't have a moral compass in that regard.
So means to an end.
If Palestinians are being, it's just a means to an end. His own increasing his wealth and his own status. I think that's why the Time cover no normal president would have any concerns about that, or would lower himself, or
That
do
shit.
something as undignified as sending out a midnight tweet about his picture and being concerned about it. In fact, the
Oh, the
article, as
horror.
far as what I know about it, the article was extremely
turkey
extremely
vagina's
kind
back.
to him.
It was written by Ehud
So-
Barak, the previous prime minister in fucking Israel, the one who was emailing Jeffrey fucking Epstein. The same one is in love with Donald Trump. They're all big friends together. Of course, it looks it's friendly to
But
him.
he's concerned about his neck gizzard, or some people are calling it a neck pussy, and the fact that it makes him look bald.
It's
I mean,
his
that's what he's concerned. That's how
mangina.
shallow. That's how shallow
I
he
don't
is.
know. If you
But
kind of look at it a different angle, he kind of looks like it could be a fusion of Joe Biden and Trump put together.
Hey,
Look
stop,
close and squint, you'll see it.
stop looking at my mangina. They're eating the manginas.
Well, the funny part is he was talking about his hair, right? But who the hell could pay
He
attention
was
to
talking
his
about
hair?
his hair.
But who could get to his head when you can't get past his neck?
I only have 3 necks, but I'm supposed to have 4.
I think he wants to start a war so he can add to the list that he solved it.
No, I got y'all. Real talk though. He wants to start a war so he can invoke presidential powers to lock down the things that the judges won't let him do. And this is his only way to do it. Because if he does it, then he basically gets pretty much absolute control. And that's what he really wants, because he's a control freak. And we all know this. If it's not his way and people aren't like bowing down to this dude, then he's literally trying to persecute you to not only the media, but the public eye, sending his little cronies in. But that's what he's trying to do. He wants to piss off and make someone come after us, because fuck the people whose lives are on the line, as long as he gets to hide behind his glass walls and stuff. And so he can get that absolute invoked power. Because remember, he did it in the beginning of his presidency, and they said, no, you can't do that. He tried to do it again, like midway through, and they said, what are you doing, bro? This is illegal. You can't do it. This doesn't meet the conditions. And now he's trying to do it again for the 3rd time.
Yeah,
Well, I think
like
you're
this
wrong
here.
about the neck, though. You're wrong about his neck, because I think the thing is that he heard that Joe Biden had 3 necks, and he just can't stand the thought that Biden has more of anything.
We need to create a whole new prescription for him called a nicotine patch to calm him down. He needs a nicotine patch.
I hear the name brand is Charlie Kirk.
That's
Too
one of the
soon?
votes.
Too soon?
No, I was going to make the joke. I guess it would have to be left-leaning in this case, because that's how it was in the end. But I'm the one that went too far, but oh well, persecute me.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
by the way, was that boat moving or was it sitting still?
Yeah, I thought the same thing, because if you look at the water, it doesn't look like the water is moving at all.
What the fuck?
Exactly. I mean, here's what might be happening.
Poor bastard could have had a hook on a line, sleeping in his damn boat, right, waiting to catch something.
Yeah, and yeah, and like and you notice there's no spread, which means it wasn't moving.
That was crazy. Looking at that in real time. What the hell?
When is somebody going to
Yeah,
stop?
well, look, this could all be bullshit. They could be creating these or putting their own boat out there, blowing it up.
I mean,
AI is out there everywhere.
yeah, I was gonna say they literally are creating an app just like TikTok, where it's literally it's basically where you type in what you're looking for and it generates it. And they did a test, and it was so realistic of Ronald Reagan talking about the moon landing being fake that it was scary. They admitted that that's dangerous to have an app that they want to create that would exist like that. So imagine what they could do with propaganda and pushing videos that look
I would
real.
almost feel better if it were fake, but not for nothing. This is what National Guard. Who's doing this? The military?
Yeah, military.
I mean,
Hegseth literally just
Ain't it the Coast Guard?
I can't see the military capitulating to this bullshit and making something up.
Well, remember, Hegseth just
Too many people
did a thing
involved.
for media can't cover anything with the military unless it's approved. And they said that if you don't sign the thing for that, the agreement, then they're no longer going to allow your media outlet to report on their stuff. And a
Only
lot of
2
major
news
networks said
outlets
no.
signed.
Yeah, I think most of the major networks said no. I think.
Yeah, only 2 signed.
One of them is the
Which two?
Trump-founded one, basically, the new one that they created, basically, and then one other one that's conservative media that leans right. But yeah, they don't want the truth out. They realize that, like, these reporters aren't going to just lie about what they hear anymore. They're going to report on it because the people deserve to know. So they're trying to change the narrative again and censor. It's what they do.
Well, who the hell's going to go out there and start, like, secretly reporting to see what's going on?
Well, somebody needs to. That's one of the reasons that kind of.
We have that. We have people who are infiltrating ICE doing that. We have people who are literally leaking intel inside the White House that they can't find out who's doing it. They have people in all parts of government that are leaking information that we would never know, that are, like, I don't know if it's intentional and they're just trying to throw us off, but they have people who are doing that. They're just not getting caught yet. I don't want to know what's going to happen if they get caught, but they are leaking info to us
But
constantly.
leaking is one thing, that's fine. But who the hell's going to rent a boat and go out there and sit in the dark and wait for something to happen like they're not going to be the target?
I think just on that question, Tim, that you asked, his genius is being a showman. That's how he's come to this position. And I talked before about the fact that he won his whole campaign process is to run a narrative somewhere between the WWF, Jerry Springer, and The Apprentice, right? And of course he is a genius at crafting these WWF narratives, and every week we see it move along, 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 steps in the narrative, just like the next heel presents and the next babyface hero, and all the rest of it. And so basically whenever it's to his political advantage, he'll drop another narrative plot point onto the last, and of course everyone follows along. This is why the WWF, which is pretty ridiculous, as an art form, it's not a sport, is still so popular because this stupid narrative technique.
Yeah.
And now the thing is, unfortunately, he's the most powerful man in the free world, with all the resources at his fingertips to be able to craft that narrative, so that he can use instruments of war to do that, and that's what he's doing.
And you know
And
what's crazy about the wrestling thing is that we used to watch it when we were kids, right? My dad loved it, so we watched it with him and loved it. But as soon as I found out it was fake, my feelings were hurt, and I never watched it again. And now I look at it and I'm like, what the heck? How could I have even watched it?
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
I was a kid once, and I was a kid back in the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and all the rest of it.
I went to WrestleMania.
Me too.
Yeah, and that, you're right, because I was in that same. I mean, I didn't watch it that long, but yeah, exactly. And so, but the narrative technique is clearly what he's using, that particular technique.
The narrative out at sea, though, is pretty brilliant because there's no one to counter, to say anything different.
No, that's right.
Well, now he's one to attack Venezuela, do land strikes in there. So that's a little bit further than just narrative. But I believe is at least some of those boats were real, because people have come out and talked about their family members that being fishermen. Yeah, being fishermen. So that they were unaliving fishermen. I mean, this is what I had heard. We can look it up and validate.
But Trump said that there was drugs in that floating after they bombed it, after they blew it up.
They never said
He
it was
come right
floating.
out and said there's drugs floating around and stuff, because that's how they knew it was a good bombing.
Yeah, and I think it may have been the Venezuelan government came out and said that or Colombia, because one of them I don't believe was even a Venezuelan boat. Yeah, disputed
Gotta
U.S.
drop.
claims. Are you getting out of here, John?
Dropped him. Yeah,
All right.
but-
Thank you. Yeah, I'm about to shut it down anyway. But yeah, I
I'm
appreciate it.
leaving too. Thanks for having
See you
me,
later,
guys.
mate.
Yeah, we'll see you. Yeah, let's see. Alleges Colombian president alleges last boat bombed by U.S. was from his country. So, but Colombia is one of the biggest rug trafficking nations that there is, and he doesn't care about that because we know it's not about the rugs; it's about the death and destruction. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I just try to keep these night ones short. I've already been on here for almost 3 hours. So we will catch you in the morning, 9 a.m. I appreciate it if you guys come back, and thank you for supporting the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Everybody.
Bye.